And we are live.
What the buck is up, every pony?
Hello.
Hello.
Sup?
Alright, well, interesting times. We've had some solar eclipses, brought back a god, and now trying to have some weddings, I believe.
Yeah.
And piss off another god.
I mean, if we're gonna be pissing off gods, we might as well piss off Kara, right? What's the worst that could happen?
You
We all turn into spider people.
Entrails are removed, standard horrible things.
And your personal god becomes very hands-off because you brought it on yourself.
That's true.
Alright, so, I believe you guys previously spent the night around Ducks, having a small little party. She was getting coached on the Lustatan rituals that will be involved in regards to the ceremonies that will need to be performed. She seems very enthusiastic about doing it and all of these. And she is quite happy to stick it to Kara. So, and I believe it is the next morning where people were starting to, I'm going to use the brackets, wake up for those who sleep. I believe most of the PCs stayed with Duck, and all the NPCs are on the boat.
That sounds about right.
Yep.
Yes.
Except for one that's still in the boat that had the nightmare.
Oh, you went.
That was a few days ago.
Yeah, that was a few days ago. Yeah.
Okay, never mind then.
Yes.
Milk Thistle stayed watch outside of Ducks and Nightshine's hut. I'm guessing nothing made itself aware.
No, the only encounter you had was Wishful Pen coming out to see if you wanted a cup of tea because you were standing vigilant on watch, and she was reading books in Dux's living room. So that's
Sorry, the one thing I can think of is with Milk Thistle's super perception, just being here in Alexandrite Enlightened having sex.
No, you guys have total concealment because you're in a room.
Ah.
I was gonna say, I don't think. Sorry.
No noisy neighbors, I'm guessing.
Well, I mean, I have a very good feeling that if you were noisy, then Duck will probably try and compete with you.
Oh,
But we won't go any further down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, no. Let's not and say we didn't.
But yes, the next morning will come uneventfully, and the sun does come. Well, I say the sun in brackets. Torrential rains break out over today. It appears to be a very rainy fall.
Yeah, it's been very rainy these past several weeks.
It has been.
I mean, it might just be the season that we're at.
Yeah, true. Before we leave, Bernd is gonna approach Alexandra. He's gonna say, Alexandra, I have a quandary or a conundrum. And I might need your advice. I already spoke with Milk Thistle on this, and he thinks that tough love might be the answer for it, but I wanted to get your input as well.
Well, I'm always here to help. What's your issue?
So, due to his alcoholism, my brother ended up losing his job at the at the bank, and he's also pretty agitated that our folks dragged him to this as well. He I'm worried that he might be keeping up on his alcoholism, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to lose anyone else. So I I don't know what I should do. Should I, if I see him drinking alcohol, just grab it away from him and break the thing that has alcohol in it, or should I? What should I do? He's sort of like, it's obvious that he is kind of that inner fight between himself, well, with himself. Like, how should I even get him to talk to me? He doesn't. He keeps trying to avoid me, and it's like, our parents say, that they have this under control, but it's like, I don't know, something seems off.
Well, this definitely could be a difficult position with you and your brother. I feel like, if you're too aggressive, you'll just end up pushing him away. But at the same time, being aggressive is also a way you could go about it. But uh, make sure that you make it clear that you're doing it for his sake. If you'd like, I can talk to your brother, see if there's anything I could do to help with this situation.
I mean, you could try. I can't guarantee that he'll be receptive even towards my companions. He uh, he gives a nod. I mean, it's up to you.
Well, there's no harm in at least attempting.
Yeah,
Perhaps there's another underlying problem to this that is not apparent.
it's possible, yes. We should probably get back to the ship or start getting ready too. We do have a time schedule, a time words. We do have a schedule to keep.
Your brother, he got in trouble because he was fighting while drunk, right?
He, yes, he's the. From what I've heard and been told, it's the. He's an angry drunk.
Well, maybe he would like to spar.
Maybe. I mean, the issue with me is like just getting him to even just stop and talk to me is the thing. Do you think maybe if I spar with him at his level, it'll be able to convey through to him that, like, hey, we need to talk. I don't want to, hurt you or anything.
Well, it might at least get some aggressions out if he has them towards you. But let me see if I can ease into this first. See if there's anything I can do.
Of course. Thank you. I wish I knew what to say on my end, but
Families can be complicated.
Yeah.
I don't care. What a good day to have like 3 hours of sleep.
Out of character. What a good day to be agitated by your mother hen of a department lead at work.
Well, at least you didn't get 2 hours of sleep.
I've been there before. That's not fun.
Right.
But yes, let's.
Anything else people wish to do before you guys start to take off in your airship?
There's a shop around here, right?
There will be some sort of store, depending on what you want. Depends on what you might get.
Alright, because, let me see, I know Bird has the heal skill. Let me double check. Yes, he has 7 ranks in heal, so he's gonna buy a healer's kit.
Okay.
just find it.
Do remember, healers' kits won't on their own restore hit points.
Yeah.
They help with the heal skill more than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is not Pathfinder 2e. Where...
Yeah.
Oh, right. Oh, he already has the healer's kit. Never mind then.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, wait a minute. I already have one.
Yeah,
Why did I
it
get
basically
that?
gives you a +2 circumstance bonus on heal checks, and it can be used
Yes,
10 times.
Yes, and I already have a +1 bonus from precise treatment, which is a trait.
Okay.
So, yeah, let's. I can't really think of anything else.
Alrighty then. So, if does any of the other party members want to do anything while they're here? Talk to any other NPCs, or are they all saving that for when you get back onto the airship?
I think we're saving that for when we get back to the airship.
All right. Well then, let's head back to the airship then.
Yeah. Don't forget lightning streak. And
I will copy these two tokens and activate the airship, and then paste
oh,
them
we
in.
should also bring nighttime probably.
Oh yeah, I probably should bring night shine in. Alright. I will put them in the lower decks, because that seems sensible. I will grab a night shine as player's token, because he's got one somewhere. Players. He is... Oh, did I move him into NPCs? Is he in allies? Where did I put night shine?
Sorry, my brother's being loud.
Old players. Oh, he's under that one. Here we go.
First he was a drunk, now he's loud.
No, in real life, my real brother is being a loud dumbass. He just got home from Big Sur 2 days ago. 1 day, 2 days ago, I think.
Okay, so you guys will make your way back to the airship. On the you getting on the airship is fairly easy because you guys have landed in the water. The rest of the crew are in the process of, preparing the ship and what have you. Starting the process of attempting to get the captain out of bed with a very long stick, so that no one gets injured in waking her from her drunken stupor.
The captain cattle prod.
Yes. I mean, they've been doing this a few times now, so they're getting better. They know to keep a safe distance. But yes, after a period of time, the captain will be up and will be getting the ship prepared for takeoff, so to speak.
All right.
So,
Dust is good.
if no one wants to do any chit-chatting before it takes off, then it will take to the skies with the instructions to head towards Vilja Town.
Milk Thistle will prepare a sending to High Priest Midnight Vision.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Alexandroid's going to, before we take off, Alexandroid's going to buy a small keg of alcohol.
You would be able to buy a small keg. I believe it'll cost you 2 gold.
All right, sure. I have a theory that I kind of want to.
I have full faith in you. Question mark.
I mean, it might be for the captain, for all we know.
Yeah, it could be.
But we shall
Spoilers,
see.
it is not.
Do not be like Nightshine and hint that you might have slept with the captain.
No, are you kidding? I have a rogue with a girlfriend.
Who
I don't
would?
want to be have my
Exactly.
yeah, I don't want to be coup de grace in my sleep.
Yeah. I mean, she definitely would probably be the very scornful type.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. That was a thing that Nightshine did.
Right.
I totally forgot about that until just now.
Whisper. All right. So. Hold on.
Okay,
Wow,
okay.
heard that one.
All right, I'm coming. We just let the cat out. Come on.
The cat wants attention.
Now I've got to count words. All right. 1, 2. Oh, and I need to change myself from Sylvan to probably Infernal. There we go. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Right. 13.
Oh,
Let's get the
that's
name
the wrong type
right.
of keg. I found black powder.
I mean, you could just add the black powder and delete the information. Just put alcohol if you want.
Yeah, it's probably not going to last long.
Yeah. Um, um, yeah, no. You, milk thistle. Because I want to use the right term here. You have used. You've called the Stag Lord to uh, High Priest Midnight Vision. I'm certain you have, but I'm just trying to remember.
Yes, we have.
Okay.
Burn was there as well.
I remember.
Yeah, and he also knows the name of Hint of Winter, if that's relevant.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay, I need. Oh, he's going to do those two long ones. Alright, he needs to use. If he wants to keep it like that, I need to lose a word. Okay, that's the word I can lose. And I'll actually lose those three as well.
These dogs are going insane over something.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Excellent. This is the message you get in return.
Cool. Milk Thistle, receiving this information, would call a meeting with the party.
Oh, okay.
All right.
And once we're grouped up and alone, away from the civilian passengers, Milk Thistle would let you know. I send word ahead to High Priest Midnight Vision that we are returning to Villatown. He says that we must return quickly because the Stag Lord has already made an opening move.
Ah, shit.
Well,
Has he gone into any detail?
Unfortunately, the sending only allows for a short message. There is too much to say. But it was not a small move.
Oh dear.
Were there any casualties?
Unknown.
We'll just have to find out when we get there.
Expect the worst. Be prepared.
So does that mean we need to load the cannons?
That is a good suggestion. Yes, I would recommend it.
how big is this stag lord supposed to be anyway?
Unknown.
Don't know.
Well, he is a god, so
I mean, the gods have been depicted as obviously larger than ponies, but they're not like hugely big. But because of the nature of gods, they can appear as they wish to, and obviously our gods don't want to be like super imposing. They often visit us to be amongst us, so you know, adjust their size and all that. But they could be as small or as colossal as they want to be.
Well, this is definitely bad news. Yes, let's. I'll go inform the Bonnie Blackblades to ready the cannons just in case. And with that, he'll head up.
That's no, you'd have to move if you don't want to. Well, I suppose I should probably relook at my spells for today then. Oh dear. As Wishful goes and starts potentially changing the spells she had prepared because she hasn't prepared spells yet today. She just kept what she had yesterday because she hasn't used them.
I'll go talk to the captain, see how long it'll take us to get to village town.
The captain's response as she's kind of like slogged on the control panel, using one hoof to like jab the touchscreen, clearly looking a bit hungover. You ask your question of how long will it take to get there, and she's like, "It'll take as long as it takes. It'll take longer if you keep screaming at me."
I understand, but we are in a hurry. This is the most dire situation.
Yeah, and so is my brain trying to escape from my ears.
You know what? Alexandrite will cast Lay on Hooves on her.
Let's see what your laying hooves have.
Yeah, I wrote them down.
I will use your lay on hoof. You will not help.
Okay.
Because technically, I believe she is poisoned.
Okay. I thought the either fatigue or fast healing would help.
No, because she hasn't got any damage. I mean, hungovers can be associated a little bit with fatigue, but that's not the worst of it.
So,
Sadly, you can't heal a hangover with just simple healing magic.
Yeah.
Bird is gonna approach the Bonnie Blackblades. God, that's such a tongue twister. And he's gonna say, we need the cannons loaded up just in case. There's been a incident in Villatown, and we don't know if we're gonna run into any resistance there or not. So we just want to be ready.
Um, they look at it and go, the, I mean, should we load them just before we get to Villager Town, or do we need to have them loaded as we travel?
Uh,
Because if
I'd
it,
say load them as we travel, just in case.
well, the rain will make it difficult to keep the igniting powder dry for the
Oh,
entire time. So,
all right. In that case, we'll load them before we reach Ville.
okay, they go. If Ville's the potential hostile zone, then it's best to load it when we are within eyesight.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah.
And with that, he'll
Don't want to try
start
and keep
going.
powder dry for a day or two. That's a nightmare.
Yeah, yeah, that's totally fair. With that, he'll give them a nod and a salute as he heads down.
Uh, they will go about checking what you've got in the way of cannonballs and gunpowder and stuff like that. All right. Overland travel time?
Yep.
Okay, overland travel time. So let's go to the world map to Everglow.
Since there's not much else I can do, I think I will take this time to talk to Burns' brother.
Okay, I won't jump to the Everglow map just yet then. Obviously, this is happening at some point during the travel.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Sorry,
Given the
Burns. What was your brother's name again?
Uh, I don't out of character. I do not fucking remember. It's been like months.
don't think you've given him
Oh,
a name.
all right. It's whatever Steel wants to come up with.
So poopy cream then.
Yeah. Douchebag.
No, no, I don't know. It's all up to Steel on this. I'm like, I didn't think of their names. Shit.
They
Yeah,
are
one job.
Earth ponies.
He, they're mostly unicorns. His father is a Pegasi though. His
Father's
father
Pegasi,
and
and your mum's a unicorn.
yeah.
Right. No, those are lady names. We don't want lady names.
I mean the males of the Krava species go with like Delilah and uh, Daffodil for their names. So I don't know.
I can't at that one, but I won't set on it just yet. No. Ooh. I'm gonna go with straight arrow.
All right.
All right.
So yeah, if I see Straight Arrow, I'll call out to him.
I mean, most of the individuals are down below deck because it's obviously raining, just to stay out of the rain and what have you. So it's fairly busy down below deck, so it's fairly easy to find him, and there's not, and you can basically get him to a point where he can't necessarily get up and run away very easily. So he looks up to you and goes, "Yeah."
Well, I heard you're quite the fighter. I was wondering if you would like to head up deck and spar with me.
So I was quite a fighter. I, he looks at you. I've never taken up a blade or walked around in armor. I, I would say
Well,
you're a
there's more
fighter.
than one way of fighting.
I definitely roughhoused with Burnt when he was small, but that's about it.
Uh, sorry, out of character. Wasn't he arrested for brawling?
Just
Incidentally?
because somebody brawls when they're drunk doesn't mean they're a fighter.
Okay, that's fair. Ah, come on. I'm sure you got some fight in you. I can make it interesting. Yeah, help bring out the keg. Loser takes a shot.
He sort of gives you an odd look. What's this about?
Nothing. Just thought I should know the family of my companion.
However, you want to know the family, go and talk to my parents. I'm sure they'll be happy to tell you everything about Burnt and the family.
No, I don't want to know about Burnt. I've traveled many months with him. I want to know about you.
I won't waste your time.
Why do you say it's a waste of time?
Well, that's what everybody else seems to think of me, so don't waste your breath.
As a paladin of the Sun Queen, I don't think anyone's a waste of time.
Well, aren't you a valley full of sunshine?
Trust me, I have my moments of anger and darkness. It's the reason I'm also a paladin of Blaze.
I see. Is that why you wanted to fight me? Because you're restless because you're closed in on the ship?
Yeah, that's part of the reason. And like I said, I want to get to know you. I think the best way to know someone is in a fight.
I see. Well, that sounds like a Blaze thing, but I'm not a follower of Blaze, and nor am I much of a swordsman or fighter.
Well, we don't have to use swords. Since you're the challenger, you can choose the weapon or method. Or since I'm the challenger, you can choose the method.
Oh no.
Yep.
What?
Oh, so something has found us in the Everfreeze forest.
That must still be on some of your hotbar.
I had nothing to do with that.
Said you wrote it.
I am in my character sheet squaring away my spells. I didn't even click that. Maybe the character sheet was right above the bar. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
It's fine.
It's just funny.
Zaglo finds us. We die. Shoots us straight out of the sky.
He's gonna. I'm trying to think of. He's gonna use something that he knows well to do with financing, as his basically game of, well, his battleground, because
Okay.
I'm trying to think of what that might be. I can't think of it. My brain is not thinking. But he'll basically use his choice of battle as math, basically.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, I, yeah, this is why Bird's like, sure, go on ahead, and it's just like, gosh.
Yeah. So he's going to use math as basically his choice of the battlefield. I mean, how good's Alex's math?
Yeah, Alex is intelligent.
Yeah, I was gonna say. His intelligence is, I believe, 10. So.
I mean, he's
Go away, man. You got this. You got this.
Yeah,
beat him wittingly.
I have faith in you.
All right. Are you still up for taking a shot for loser?
I suppose.
I must admit, I'm not the greatest mathematician.
Well, hopefully you don't need to do anything important after this, then.
All right.
It's okay, Alex. Have faith in the dice.
Yeah.
Faith in the heart of the cards.
I'm trying to find. I mean, you'll be rolling intelligence, so you might as well make your roll.
All right.
He's going to be doing a profession skill, so I'm just. I mean, I haven't got any sheets up for him, but I want to do a sensible number. Not going to be like super low level, but.
All right. Time to waste all my action surges for this day.
You'll be good. You'll have faith in your dice. They can't roll. They can't all roll natural ones.
You say that.
I mean,
Hey,
it's just the laws of probability.
Yeah, exactly. I had stuff where I had a plus 15 to roll, and I still failed. So, your odds look good.
Let's do that. Let's do that. No. Okay, that's a bit too high. So it'll be one of these two type of things. I was going to let Pippin in because he's mowing his head off. Alright, make your roll.
All right. 14. I'm going to add an action surge to that.
Okie dokie. You may add your surge. Wisdom.
All right. 17.
Oh, not too bad. Something they're good at. That seems a sensible number to add to his dice rolls. That 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay, now I'm going to lower that down a little bit. That's a little bit too high. Yeah. So the first sort of attempt, he just sort of, you weren't ready for it, and completely kind of squashes any sort of attempt of you recovering very quickly.
All right. I will take my first shot. So you say you're not a worshiper of the Sun Queen or Blaze. What god do you follow?
The Moon Princess.
Any particular reason?
No, I suppose not. Not really thought about it.
Fair enough. All right. Hit me with another one. Oh, 13. Sir?
Okay.
Oof, 14.
Let's hope he rolls a nat 1.
Oh my god, we tied.
You both take a drink.
You never came up with an example of a tie, and he goes, well, I suppose none of us drink then. To draw.
Either that or we both drink. Whichever you prefer.
For doing this, then I'd rather keep my head clear than not.
All right. Yeah. Brian, your brother is so far not as, it's been advertised.
Yeah, no, Bert is listening this through the walls, and he's just thinking to himself, okay, I mean, maybe I just overreacted? Question mark?
Yeah, here I was being like, oh, hey, maybe I could, convince this guy, hey, maybe you should, channel your drunken energy and be like a drunken brawler or whatever. Like, but okay, yeah. All right, let's go again.
Yeah, go for it. Make your opening challenge, oh dear.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I'm not even going to waste a surge on that.
Nice.
I mean, there's always a chance to he would roll a nat 1. No, he didn't.
I mean, even if he rolls a nat 1, he wins. I mean, I suppose you could have got a 6 and it would have been a draw again.
Yeah.
But, oh well.
So I'll take another shot. Let me know when I have to start rolling Constitution or Fort Save.
Well, I mean, this one would be a fort save. But I'm pretty expecting you to pass it unless you roll a 1.
Yeah. Fort. Oh, that was close to a nat 1.
It's close, but 20 you're still good.
Mhm.
He looks at you and goes, you're still wanting to do this? I mean, it's quite clear you're not very good. And I would recommend you get somebody to do your finances if you ever need to do your own finances.
Well,
Ouch.
are you offering? I say as I get ready for another drink, getting ready for another go.
Sure. He sort of scoffs. Oh. Oh, is this it? Did my parents put you up here to try and be your group's banker or something? Is that what their next trick is?
No, not really, but do they do that often? I'm gonna spend here.
Oh, they're trying that as of late. More so since their golden boy has apparently shown up.
You don't like your brother?
Not at the moment. It would have been better if he wasn't. He sort of gestures at you like that.
Well, it's not something he asked for. Just something that's kind of been thrust upon him.
Oh, and that makes it even worse.
Yeah. Do you wish you were an adventurer and like that?
I just wish I wasn't being compared.
Yeah.
He can clearly do no wrong and I can do all wrong. No. At the moment. Shithead he is.
Yeah, definitely not fair to be compared.
I don't need your sympathy.
Well, what are you going to do about it then?
Avoid him for as long as I need to, while I get dragged across to watch him get married and then go home.
And then?
I'll work it out when I get back. I'll probably leave the town.
Where will you go?
I haven't worked that one out yet.
For someone who works in finances, you don't seem to have a lot of stock in your future.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Well, as it sounds like, the roads aren't necessarily safe to travel, so...
You should probably talk to your brother. With the way things are, this might be the last chance to get things off your chest.
I've got nothing to get off my chest.
That's not what it sounds like.
Nope.
Yep.
Did you roll that on purpose?
Well, we both found something odd, and then nothing happens.
Okay, no, there was no mistake that time. My cursor is like several inches above the bottom bar where that dice is. I'm literally clicking on my character sheet.
Just remove it from the quick bar.
It's fine. It gives us a short laugh. He
Sorry
goes.
for disrupt.
He goes. Yeah, I ain't dealing with him at the moment. The last thing I want.
Hello?
Hello?
Okay. Yeah, you just kind of stopped mid-sentence, so I wasn't sure.
Oh, I must have cut off. He goes, I ain't dealing with him at the moment. That's the last thing I want.
I understand, but at the same time, you don't want this to be the last moments if he does die.
He's pissed off for years. We haven't seen him in years, and he shows up, and I meant to be his best friend. Fuck off.
Have you told your parents about this?
No, I've voiced my opinion, and their opinion is different, and that is why I'm here, because their opinion is different. I'm pretty certain they are worshipping the ground he's currently walking on. And I'm pretty certain a large number of other people are, given your divine glowing crap.
Well, I have to admit that is partly true.
And one of them
He
is
gives you a
atheist.
rather sort of just a slightly annoyed look. The fact that you just confirmed that's true.
I am a paladin. I'm truthful.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
It's not all sunshine and rainbows. Can you imagine getting mobbed everywhere you go? Asking people asking you to give you miracles, pray for or bless their children.
Oh no, the humanity. Well, actually, probably no. I wouldn't say humanity. Oh no, the equality. No, it just doesn't work. But something to that equation.
Morality.
Banality.
Yeah.
Honestly, if it was up to me, I would just go get married to Lightning and settle down somewhere.
And then off you trot. No one's stopping you.
Yeah. Well, that's the kind of thing people need me right now.
Oh, isn't that nice for you? To be needed.
I'm sure there are people who need you.
Oh, I'm sure they did. when it suits their needs. Anyway, you clearly you're doing this to try and just make me talk to my brother, and our game was very is losing its funness very quickly.
Yeah, you'll probably have a better chance with my friend Wishful Pen. She
Yeah,
is the more intelligent one of us.
nice. One of you has a few brain cells then.
Yeah,
Hey, but
uh,
hey, but go ahead.
I admit that my strengths are elsewhere. Everyone has their own strengths and weaknesses, even you.
Uh huh.
I'm sure one day you'll find them.
He just gives you another annoyed look at that.
Hmm. Alexandrite will smile at that look. I mean, hey, yeah, when, people described you, I thought you would be some, like, raging alcoholic. But, you've actually, held off on even the temptation of booze.
Um, with that, he actually gets up and walks up to the top deck, rather annoyed.
As the as he walks up, he sees like metal banana doing what's that called where you on your arms and you push yourself up on the
Push-ups?
bars.
Push-ups.
No, not push up, something else. Would you grab a bar and you lift yourself?
Oh,
Pull ups.
Pull-ups.
yeah.
Yeah, pull ups. She's like doing pull ups on one of the wood wooden planks on top.
He will basically just pay you no interest and will go and stand well somewhere away from you, up on the top deck as it rains.
Well, I will take my keg or what's left of it and go see Byrne to tell him, hey, at least your brother's not an alcoholic.
He just sort of like uh, his ears kind of like flattened down. I heard everything from the. These walls aren't very thick, as I'm sure you've noticed.
Yeah, it's definitely awkward when me and Lightning are together.
Yeah.
Anyway,
He purposely ignores that comment. Yeah, I heard everything. He really hates me, doesn't he?
I don't think he hates you in particular, but the situation with you and your parents seems to have definitely built a gap.
How am I supposed to fix this? What am I supposed to do?
Now, I think talk to them, let them know that the comparisons between you two are driving him further into whatever this depression is.
I I spoke with them about that in the morning. They said they weren't comparing us to one another, but it.
Well, he thinks they are.
Do you think I should tell them that right now he needs more of a person to talk to instead of someone to get his shit together?
I would recommend that.
This isn't easy. It never is.
I was just about to say that.
It's just like that one saying, war never changes. He, at that moment, he's gonna give a nod to Alexandrite, and I need to pull my USB keyboard out.
Sorry I couldn't help more.
It's
Honestly, I had a plan and then it fell through right away.
It's okay.
Um,
Don't blame yourself.
Want a drink?
by the way, did he went on the surface in the rain or
No, he's on
this
the
one?
top deck of the ship.
Okay.
So, yeah, no, Bernd is gonna whenever the door opens. Is it all right? It just took a few moments to process. Yeah, he's gonna. Okay, Foundry. I know you like spazzing out. Uh, yeah, he's gonna look for his parents, and when he comes across him, he's gonna go, "Hey, so I think I may know the issue with
They look
the
at you and
straight
go,
arrow."
"What? Oh, look,
Uh,
we told you not to worry about him."
yes, I know, but something just doesn't feel right, and I think I think right now he doesn't need someone to tell him to get his shit together as much as someone to talk to. It from what I was able to hear through these relatively thin walls, uh, he's more or less in a depression, and I I think I think it would be better for you guys to like go up and talk to him and just like be there to support him than it would be to try telling him that to try words I out of character words. Damn it! I swear I can English. Uh, just go up there and be there for him. Don't even worry about me or don't even worry about me right now. I I don't think he hates me. I'm pretty sure he doesn't, but I think he's what's the word I'm looking for? He says as he's looking to both his mom and his dad. I think he's I know
Resents you?
hmm?
Resents you?
Yes, I think he resents me and to an extent I think that uh, talking to him about me is causing a rift between both of you and myself and him.
Burn, nonsense. This is quite literally a moment for where things will be about you. You're getting married.
Yes, but he's sort of like
Look,
he
your brother's just he's just sulking because the attention's not on him at the moment. So, and he just didn't want to be here, and we made him because this is a moment where the family all should be together. Just because he's going through whatever problems he's going through at the moment doesn't mean he should miss out on such things. He's
he Burns sort of just like he wants to be angry, but he's pushing it deep down to
Yeah.
where like he's basically putting it in a glass jar and just capping that for the moment. Uh, he gives a nod at that. I understand that, but someone should at least go up and see what's what the full cause is. I'm pretty sure that I know what it is, but look, I want to help. I want to help. He isn't willing to talk to me, so I can't help. And it's one of those things where like I
look. Your mum goes, Burns. Look, he doesn't want any help. We have tried, and if he wants to go ahead and sulk, we're leaving him to it. But he wasn't going to do it at home on his own. He was coming along, and that was the end of
He.
it. If he's going to be annoyed at the whole situation, then he can be annoyed, but we will at least be here as a family.
Character. I'm. Oh man, this is just. Oh fuck. Uh. Sorry. One moment. I need to answer my phone.
Okay. I was like, oh no, he's speaking in tongues to us.
Did Burnt say he was stepping away as well?
I think he did actually.
We shall wait for his return.
Mm-hmm. The fun of the world and then family drama.
Well, yeah. World doesn't stop for family. World-ending events don't stop for family drama.
And drama doesn't stop for the world ending.
No.
That's this world, unfortunately.
Yeah, hindsight, my idea really didn't pan out, but I had a thought, and then
No, that's fine. It's I mean, the main issue is you don't really have a full picture of what's going on, so it's kind of a bit like,
Mhm.
oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You maybe a Metu should have done it. I think it would have been turned out way better.
Burnt returned? No.
Yeah, my idea was like, oh hey, this guy's gotten in trouble for drunken fight. Maybe he's a great candidate for a blaze.
Yeah.
Boy.
Sorry about that. My old man had to call me.
Uh,
He'll give a nod. He's like, I just worry that we're gonna lose him entirely. That's my thing. Like, I couldn't. I was listening in to the conversation between him and my companion Alexandrite. He's thinking about leaving once everyone gets back from the wedding. Just don't say anything to him, but there's just something wrong. Like, I don't know exactly, but
Well, Burnt, if he's not going to share his problems, then they're going to be his to keep, and he has to deal with them.
yeah,
It's simple as that, and he's not going to be, like as I said, sulking at home. We've brought him with us. He's not happy, and this is just his way of venting that frustration.
this is true. Sorry, I just worry is all.
Well, stop worrying, and all you need to worry about is your wedding. Your brother will deal with your brother, and I'm sure he won't cause any problems. That much I'm sure about.
He'll he'll give a nod and hug both his parents and, if she's there, his sister. And,
No, just be your parents.
All right, he'll give his parents a hug, and out of character. My God, I'm just the feels.
yeah.
He'll let go of him and make his way out. If Foundry would stop. Thank you, Foundry.
Yeah, there's reasons why I'm not moving around for these theater of the minds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I spoke with them, and they keep reassuring me that they'll deal with him, but it it's kind of hard to ignore everything they said, you know?
I understand, but I feel like he should have this freedom to find his own way if that's what he needs. You
This is
can't
true.
keep him in a cage.
Yeah,
If he wishes to leave, then you should. The only thing you can really do is wish him luck.
yeah. He'll give a nod. Thank you for attempting to help at least. It gained some insight, but like you said, we have to just let him have his freedom.
Yeah. Now I just need to worry about what I'm going to do with this keg.
He uh he just looks at the keg. How much did you spend on that?
Oh, 2 gold.
Oh, okay, so it wasn't it it's not grog water, right?
No, it's ale.
Okay, that's good. He'll give a nod and say, you know,
Want
I
to join me
really
for a drink?
shouldn't. I really shouldn't have any of that. But what the hell? I'll take a shot.
Yeah, this could be the last days. He'll give the keg over.
Byrne will take a shot out of it and hand it back.
Alright. Did anyone else want to do anything on the ship?
Milk Thistle's gonna work with Wishful Pen to make copies of the Lashtada book as long as we can.
Cool. I mean, wishful-
Obviously, inviting Duck so she can read over it and we can tell her everything we've learned so she can study it too.
Yeah, so
I
I
think-
mean, Wishful would be doing her best to try and copy, but would probably be more helping Duck with like the various bits that she needs to do and stuff like that. So, and that's probably really handicapping in your copying at the moment. Helping Duck obviously prepare for ceremonies and what have you.
Milk Thistle would have some fresh tea brewed so he can be patient and sip tea whenever he needs to stop copying.
Yeah. On my end of things, I think I'm just going to spend time with Lightning, make up for lost time.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. All right, let's
Uh,
get us to the map then, and we can do some overland travel.
Um, yeah, I wanted to do something with Burn's brother, but
Oh.
Burn didn't tell me, so I don't want to metagame. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you also wanted to talk to Burnt's brother, there's no reason you can't.
there is. He didn't tell Metu anything about it.
I mean, the walls are like barely. They're like paper thin. You would have heard everything.
Oh, would I? Okay, in that
Yeah.
case.
It's not too difficult to overhear things in here. That you are very sort of squashed in.
Yeah, Metu would just say to herself, "God damn it," and like
God bless America.
go, God bless America for the cheap walls. Yeah, I would. Yeah, Metu would go to the first floor, or, and look for Burn's brother.
Yeah, I mean he will mostly be standing at the edge of the ship, looking over at the land as it goes past while it's raining.
At one of the windows, I'm guessing.
No, out on the deck.
Oh, he's out on the deck.
Yeah.
Okay. then in that case, Metal will like grab a cloak, and is he wearing a cloak or
Nope, he's not wearing a cloak.
okay? She should grab one for him, and well, she'll just like kind of like approach behind him and just put the cloak on his back.
Um, he sort of turns to see who it is who's given him the cloak. Gives you sort of a moment, sort of glances back, sort of sees you, and sort of gives you sort of an odd look before looking back over and goes, "Thanks."
Well, this okay. What would you say?
Searing
Well,
or not searing arrow, straight arrow.
Yeah. Well, you're the one outside in the rain. So you thought you might need it.
Yeah, well, it's better than being stuffed, cooped up with the rest of them down there.
Hmm. So that means you wouldn't mind getting the cold?
At the moment, no.
Hmm. Why are you out here?
Get away from them.
The commoners?
He gives you an odd look. My family?
Oh, that issue.
You have your own family problems?
Uh, well, to be straight, they straight up disowned me.
Ah, I see. What did you do?
Well, I was being me.
He said, laughing.
What about you?
Me? All I did was the right thing and ended up in this mess.
Hmm. Well, it's like they say. You get you still face the punishment even though you did the right thing.
No good deed and goes unpunished.
Yeah, basically. Is he gonna respond to that?
I mean, no, he doesn't really respond to that comment, no. I mean, other than maybe letting out a sigh, but that's really about it. Pippin, off, off. Nope.
You would I can I sense emotions on him?
Yeah, you can do a sense motive.
Okay, just to see what his mood was right now. I rolled that blindly. Whoops.
No, that's fine. You don't really know how well you rolled, so.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, you can get this sense that he's frustrated and annoyed and stuff, but you're not really getting any more than that really at the moment.
Hmm. So, what did you do when it was the right thing?
he looks at you and goes, "Where you're from?"
Mm. Where she's from again?
You're from Las Pegamino,
Palominos.
Las Pelaminos.
Mm. Mm. Less, less. I'm Peronidos, os loyal knights to the Order of the Shield.
Can't say I've heard of your order, but
Mm. Most don't, especially outside of town.
yeah. Well, all I did was find out that certain people were skimming some finances, try to raise it to the right people to know, and well, I obviously told the wrong person, and I ended up losing work. Well, being fired basically for some false accusations. I then the whole obviously pissed off and what have you. I went out, obviously maybe got a bit too drunk, and then some people started on me. I defend myself, and then I end up in lockup, and I mean that's how it all started. And fair enough, I might have just sort of shunned myself away, trying to avoid people, and maybe had a bit and drinking a little bit too much, but I just need to get out of there. Really, I think I've made my decision. Too much, too much is going on behind closed doors that people don't know about.
Where would you go?
I
Oh,
don't
after
know.
you leave. Can you hold a sword?
Not really. Well, I mean, if I needed to.
Well, well. One thing you should know about my order. We protect the commoners as all we can. So unfortunately, you're a commoner.
Wow.
If you if if you don't mind me teaching you swordsmanship on here in the rain, I can teach you.
I can't say I'm too interested. I mean, I'll probably try and
I
go to Galloping
I
Dam, try and find work there, or I might just, I don't know, see if I can stay in the city. It might be a good place to start over.
well well I can tell you with experience, I did the same thing, and well, the road ahead is much more dangerous. I mean, the first time I was on the road, I was attacked by a pack of wolves.
Sounds like then I should just stay in the capital and not go home. That'd be safer.
Mm. Which capital are you going to?
Well, the one you lot are going to.
Oh, that place.
Why?
She decided that one.
Well, Vildutan a bit of a shithole?
Nah. I'm a atheist. I don't follow God.
Okay. What's that got to do with the city?
Well, short story short, they're full of nutbags.
What, the whole city?
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, them religious. It's hell. Even saw one of them wearing a hat dedicated to Blaze.
Wait, you think people wearing hats makes them nuts?
is how they acted.
Okay, what were they doing?
Well, for one, and they believe if I'm the next okay, other character, what be what would be a quick name for a saint? Mother Sunshine, maybe.
No, they would use the word saint.
Okay.
Yeah.
They like treat me as some famous saint, asking me for blessings. I'm getting too nervous to talk to me about their problems.
Yeah.
I can't do my job in that town, which is like straight up protecting them.
Oh. Sounds quite a problem then. People
Mm.
following you around, throwing worship at you and all that. I mean, you are glowing and everything. I mean, that's pretty, you know, up there on high lists of, you know, things people tend to go a bit silly over. I mean, it's not like
Well,
I don't think
okay.
any pony's ever glowed.
Yeah, I know. Oh, but
But
I had to, cause the enemy we're facing is gonna be big one.
yeah. I mean, your paladin friend tried to go on about it. You know.
Oh,
So talk to birds that you all might die a horrible death and all that. So,
oh, him. We ain't friends. More like associates.
Fuck you.
oh,
Yeah, I see how it is.
I mean, that's her mindset this whole time. And she's been pretty straight with it. She didn't keep it secret.
See if I heal you again.
I see. Well, it does seem a bit, you know, always on the righteous path. Seems a bit too. I know he's obviously buddy with my brother, as I'm pretty certain my brother asked him to talk to me, based on what he was trying to say.
Oh, your Burns brother?
Yeah.
Ah. I guess you also had to deal with, well, his okay, how can I put this nicely?
Character, just say it. Just say idiocy.
Um massive bonehead.
Yeah, he's a bit of a one.
I mean, did you know what he do in our last S trip?
Can't say I do.
What was that?
He goes, I can't say I do.
Um, so he was in control of this like type of device, right?
Right.
And like this device activate traps and me and our other group had to figure a way out of that maze.
Okay.
What he did, he thought it would be a good idea to set up all traps on one spot to get attention. Ever been both of electrocuted, burnt, and crushed, and fallen in a spiky pit before?
I see. So, well, he was never the most brightest one.
Mm. And he almost killed his fiancée in the process too.
Oh, you son of a bitch! Our character, I swear to God, I swear to God, if that comes to bite me in the ass, you're paying for it.
Hang on,
I'm
real
staying
quick.
silent at this because most of those are my.
What happened with the fiance? I missed that comment.
Uh, he's talking about the traps and us trying to signal you with them and you guys not getting it.
And more traps being set up. Does she
Oh,
know
yeah.
about that?
I don't think she does.
Oh, you.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah,
We told you like right after.
This is out of character talking.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Perhaps you should say something to her before she tries the knot with him. Well, I don't know. If she's silly enough to fall from her brother, then I don't know. Maybe let them have their future together.
Sometimes sometimes I don't understand her. She seems really intelligent, but lets her emotions cloud her judgment.
Out of character. You're talking about Wishful. She's one of the most level-headed people in the group.
Yeah, dude. What the hell?
That's that was Meto's experience with Wishful.
Okay.
This is the character who's an atheist who met several gods already. So
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's possible that Metal Bananas just can be prejudiced against anybody who's religious.
Yeah.
I'll let that sit.
Exactly.
I swear, if this does come around, bite me in the ass, you will be paying for it, because I'll make sure of it.
Anyway, well, yeah, maybe not tell her. Maybe they're, I don't know.
Mm. Hmm. But with all their flaws, I hate to admit they're the most capable for this job.
Well, whatever you guys have got to do with this, what's made you glow type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I suppose good luck and everything, but I don't know. Sounds like you're going to need it. Paladin seem to think that you're all going to die.
Well, he is not wrong. Our chances of winning I calculated it, very low.
I see.
But at least it's not impossible.
Well,
If you don't mind me, yeah, go ahead.
no, what was you going to say?
Yeah. Mm. What does your family see in Burnt?
I've not really thought about. Not something I've really asked my parents about. I know we adopted him when he didn't have anyone else. I've never asked why, to be honest. I mean, it's not like he stuck around. When he was old enough, he was off with, well, he calls him his father, but I suppose his other adopted father who brought him to us. So, I mean, I don't know why my parents are still attached to him. He basically just pissed off and left everybody, and they sort of hold him as their golden child at the moment, all because he's all glowing and you're on some sort of, I don't know, quest to save the world or whatever it is.
dealing, dealing with the Golden Child family can be quite difficult.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, oh, I've only got to put up with it for however long it takes him to get hitched, and then I can basically just leave him to it. I might see about getting away and just see what the city's like, and if it's any good, I might stay.
Mm.
If not, I'll go home and see about trying to get to Galloping Dam.
Well, good luck in that.
Alright, well, thanks for the coat.
So you're ready to come back inside?
Yeah, I think I've cooled off enough. Hopefully, your Paladin and Burn will just leave me alone, but I'm sure they'll try and talk to me again.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, most definitely. Those two never give up. They're stubborn in the wrong ways.
Oh, well, at least when we're off the ship, I can put a bit more space between them.
I'm good luck. I'm good luck to that. Good luck with that. I try to keep my distance from him, and he sticks to me like glue.
Well, aren't you kind of stuck together because of your quest?
Yeah.
Steel, may
Yes?
Bird roll a perception to see if he hears all this?
If they were below deck, I would let you, but they're actually above deck where it's raining heavily, so
Fair
you
enough.
probably
Yeah,
you actually won't be able to do it because it's between the floors and the rain and stuff. So
Yeah, that's totally fair.
yeah, so just catching the conversation wouldn't happen.
Yeah. Mm. Oh man, though it. Go on ahead. I'm
All right.
keeping quiet.
Well, he'll probably go back down deck and sort of just I don't know, keep to himself once again.
You know what? Bird is gonna let him be. He's not gonna try. He just wants things to be peaceful. He cares about his brother, but at the same time, if his brother wants nothing to do with him, what more can he do?
All right.
Hey, Bun. What's case scenario metal bangs your brother?
Worst case scenario is metal causes Wishful's parents to be pissed off at Burn. That's a worst case scenario.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. All right. Somebody roll a D100.
I'll do it.
Because
Oh, that was on the. Was that a 100 or a 10 I rolled?
no, that was a 4.
Mm-hmm.
I
rolled-
mean, did I roll a D10 or a D100? I only saw one die.
Oh, okay.
I saw two.
I saw 2.
Oh, okay, then yeah, I rolled a 4. Wow.
All right. Oh, so you do potentially trigger an event.
No, excellent. Just what we need.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it makes thematic sense with what's going on. This might be a good thing.
Where's my air event gone? Ah,
I'd like Burn to roll the next one if you need it.
Oh dear God.
roll.
Please don't make me roll milk.
Oh, well, this one's a hidden roll because I've got like a big table I can roll on, but not all of it makes sense. So I need to kind of roll it and then see.
Oh. Yeah. Oh man. Way to go. Metal. Way to go.
Why are you blaming Metal Banana? She didn't do anything.
She said the bird
what's
almost killed Wishful.
what's going on?
I mean, it's not a lie.
No, it's not, but it's
Nah.
not like we're intending for it.
Yeah.
She was literally on orange inch health when she went through a trap. I remember.
Yeah, let's
Look, our other options were let you guys spend hours like wandering that maze and getting nowhere.
Okay. Okay. The past is the past. As
Oh,
it-
now the past, the past.
Yeah,
when you
oh
get
yeah,
to
now
shit
it's
on
the
us
past.
for that.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, children. Children. Keep your keep your out. Keep your characters is roleplay to yourselves and don't take it personal in real life.
I'm not.
I'm not.
Mitigating
Are you just joking?
Blaming
Yeah.
wall.
Okay. You guys sound so serious. I was like, oh god, calm down.
A giant bat carrying the remains of. Ooh. All right. I mean, it's something which is not necessarily, not necessarily attacking, but is there anybody who's sort of staying mostly on deck, or
Bird
like
will,
moving in a in and out for a chance to sort of see what might be going on?
If it's more sunny, Alexandrite would probably,
It,
do his prayers and shit.
you probably get like a small breaks in the rain, but it's one of those ones where it kind of like that'd be because you move between a bit where there's sunshine and then obviously you move into the dark cloud and stuff like that. Alright, I'll give you a
When
chance to potentially spot it. If you would go on deck on like sort of small sunny bits, roll me a d20. If you get above 14, then you have a chance that you may spot what could be going on.
Alright, Bird will also do
Nope.
this.
Milk would
Nope.
Milk would take breaks to go up to top deck when Wishful has to take the book.
Oh my
No one sees jack shit.
god.
Um,
Metal.
what was it? A perception?
No, it's a d20 to see if you would be on the deck at the right time.
Okay. Then Metu would be like I'm taking her shifts in and out. Okay,
Yeah.
how do I roll a d20?
Slash roll 1d20.
Okay. I rolled a blind. Whoops.
That's fine. I can reveal it.
Yep. None of us see anything.
No. Okay. So it's not really something which is going out its way to attack you. It was just something that is in the vicinity in the sky that could have been spotted.
We missed the sky dolphin.
Kind of.
No, we missed the space baby.
Yeah.
It was more of like we've something chances something to come across in the sky itself. So, but no, you weren't. You didn't happen to be on deck, and it wasn't something coming to eat you or destroy your ship. So, as not all encounters are combat encounters. But as the day comes to, obviously, your normal travel time comes to an end. Obviously, Swift Gadget will be looking to try and stop flying the vessel. You can attempt to encourage her to keep going.
Yeah. Alexandrite will come up with his keg and say, "Hey, want to keep driving while we drink?"
You can roll me that diplomacy, and you may have some hidden bonuses.
Question for you, GM. Since you did have us roll a d20, could I burn a surge point to try to get it to 14?
I suppose that is technically true.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, just one off. Two off.
I mean, the D20 was a chance to roll perception. I mean, given it was you, you probably would have spotted it.
Mhm. Anyway, I will roll. Blind or
No, no, you can roll
all
that
right.
from public.
27.
The captain pretty much immediately agrees with you and says, "Grab a table to put it on and find some clean glasses, and we'll drink until it's gone."
All right. Alexandrite will do so.
Okay, so that's one. So you will get that. You're going to find Swift Gadget's character sheet now. Where has she gone? She's under allies, isn't she? Yeah, there she is. Alright, so she's going to keep on going until she passes out drunk. So, force march in. Hang on, let me change that from self to public. Go. Well, she's fatigued.
Alexandrite could take care of that. Just whoop.
I mean, you can see after the first sort of first hour's free. Second hour is you notice that she's starting to flag and is not as as her normal drunken self and what have you.
Here, let me help you with that.
So that will help for an hour, but that is enough for you to get another 2 hexes. 1, 2, and that's when it would kick back in, and she has to make another fortitude save.
All right.
Where's fatigue in this stupid thing? Here it is. Because I think it's 1 hour it lasts for. Roll. Normal. Oh no, she's still got some energy in her to make another hour and keep going.
Right. I'll give her another shot.
Yeah. Hour. It is gone dark at this point. The keg is, fairly getting empty at this. 3 hours? Yeah. It's probably about half down at the moment. With
Oh yeah, I guess I should roll my fortitude as well.
Yeah. I mean, most of hers is down to drinking and stuff. I've just realised you should be getting bonuses.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't she an alchemist? Like.
Yeah, well, I'm not rolling for her poisoning. This is rolling for her to keep on going.
Ooh, hey.
Yeah, you're fine. You're not drunk. Where's she at? What level? She's at +6 against poison. So yeah. Anyway, so I've moved it another 2 hexes. So let me roll the fortitude save once more. Okay. It's at this point where she's been pushing it for like another 3 hours over the time, and she's really sort of like crashing at this point. And the things are starting to hit her hard to keep on going, but her alcoholicness will keep her going while there's still the keg there.
I guess that's a good thing.
I mean, is this one?
This is represent your really high diplomacy pass.
Zeitzland, is this when Is this when we all die in game over?
Uh, you say
Yeah.
that. I mean, the
Oh wait,
next the next 2 hours
perfect
will
sound effect.
get you to Vilja Town, and she does call out, literally, not barely able to stand, barely able to keep her eyes open, and she does go, look, as the buildings, are we landing? We're landing.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And I need to,
And we
yeah, maybe.
crash.
I'm just gonna get her to roll her skill in using the ship, because normally her just take 10 will basically let her fly it, but she can't take 10 at the moment,
Yeah.
and she's taking
So,
some severe negatives.
so,
Is
so
there
my
anything I can
question.
do to assist?
Do you know how to fly an airship?
No, but
Then that will be your issue.
all right.
So I guess the proper question at this point is: do we land safely in the pond, or do we land in the park?
Well, we'll find out. So she is really severely handicapped, so I'm going to give her minus that much.
What was that? What was a nat one crashes into the nightmare temple?
Look, she's already.
No, best option is best case scenario is she crashes into the car temple.
Alright, so let me have a look at the map as you guys come in.
Oh, we like crash into tavern, and you guys break it again.
No, poor Opal's Tavern. No, you won't be coming at the right angle. So, I'll wait for you to move it on the map. Oh, and also when everyone loads in, I want reflex saves from everybody.
All right.
Okay.
Oh boy.
This is gonna be fun.
I've not loaded in yet, but I got my sheet
Right,
open. So
same.
Yep.
All right, let me roll my reflex in. It's a +6. It's my best save.
I guess you have to roll for Burns' family too.
They're NPCs, so and they don't have character sheets. So I'm only rolling people with character sheets.
wishful. No. Would you like to spend a mythic point on that?
Yeah, she probably would. I'm just going to roll
Mythic
the d6.
search.
I can't be asked to go back into a sheet and find it. 3. Okay. Alright. I believe the only person who still sleeps currently is Alex.
Yeah, which I'm on the ship drinking with.
Yeah. So everyone else is awake, which is fine. Most of the other NPCs are not sleeping, and well, they fail automatically.
Actually, doesn't Metal Banana still sleep now?
Oh yeah,
I
Mel,
forget.
you do sleep.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
you auto fail, I'm afraid, because you're asleep.
I got a 23.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're asleep. You auto fail. You can't sort of like try and catch yourself. You literally are woken up as the world ends.
Okay.
So
And we died. The end. The end.
you
Of the
guys are
game.
coming in at this angle.
Oh. Oh no.
There's definitely the sound of like the removal of roofs. Alex, when you get to about over here, this building here, you're pretty certain you drove or flew through their upper floor, making it non-existent. You hit the park, take out a tree or two, scrape along the water, and will sort of like coast to a kind of a stop um, in the water. Um, by the time you've like finished doing anything, Swift Gadget has passed out.
All right.
So,
Uh,
You don't know if she passed out during the crash landing or afterwards, but at
yeah.
some point she did pass out. Um, Everything in the lower floors has been jumbled around. One of the cannons came loose, has smacked into one of the walls. The beds have been turned over. A lot of stuff in the engine room has been smashed and broken. Um, Everyone's got bumps and bruises, but nothing like major. Um, the Wishful was just barely able to stop the ink spilling over and causing a massive mess over one of the pages of the book.
All right.
Is Milk Thistle able to save his tea?
Oh no, that tea went over your well, it would have gone over your very lovely fine robes if you weren't waterproof.
Once we come to a still, Milk is just staring at the spilled tea, and he says, "That is mildly upsetting."
uh, Brent is gonna go and ensure that his family's okay, and if he's gonna spend a bit putting the beds back up.
Yeah. Alexandrite's going to first of all check to make sure everyone's okay, and then get one of the blades to take the captain to a room, and try. Then he's gonna head off the ship to head to that building that got destroyed to see if he can help with that.
Metu is also going. I'm gonna help. Seeing who's little injured, most injured, and if anyone suffered a concussion or anything.
Let me see how lucky you get with that particular building.
Oh boy.
Okay, so only the building was partly occupied. There are people there digging through the debris that was once most of the building. Part of it has collapsed now since you've driven through it, and there were people looking to make sure there's no one buried in the building.
Yeah, Alexandrite will do his part to help make sure no one's buried under that building too, because partly his fault.
Yeah, the captain did kind of overdo it.
All right. Learning that no one on board the ship is too severely injured, Milk Thistle is going to order the Bonnie Blackblades to tend to the ship and the injured, and we need to check on those in the building we destroyed to make sure nobody's dead.
Yeah, Bernd will.
One of them quickly goes, "Do we need to still load the cannons?
Uh,
No one told us that we were
see,
here already."
see to it that all the cannons are in their proper place, along with everything else aboard the ship, and tend to the wounded.
Bernd is gonna give a nod to Milk Thistle. Indeed, let's go, and he'll go with him to ensure that to help out with the building that we all, kind of sort of crashed into. Ah, shoot. I was on my way to do it.
Zoom.
All right.
You went straight in the wrong direction.
Are you going as well, Metal Banana?
Pardon?
Were you going as well?
No. I'm staying back and helping out the wounded.
On the ship. Okay. Well, I
On
was
the
going to
ship.
say
Okay.
there will be probably commoners which will hurt in the crash.
Uh, would would she know it would be worse here than here?
Yes.
Oh yeah, without a
Okay,
doubt.
then okay, then in that case she would be there.
All right. I mean, as you all guys sort of make land and then come rushing up to the destroyed building, um, people do seem very happy and excited that the uh, the heroes of uh, Everglow have arrived to help them and save them even more. And you know, the standard sort of hype that always follows with you guys approaching, especially if you're there to help after a disaster that's occurred.
Yes, Alexandrite will look to everyone and say, "Continue to work. If anyone's injured, bring them to me."
All right. Well, you guys will sort of continue sort of digging through the debris for well, probably about 2 hours, and no one seems to be majorly injured. The best you can tell is partially like trapped in rooms or partially buried. No one seemed to be occupying the sort of majority of the building, though in the very first sort of half an hour, 45 minutes, you do pull somebody out that doesn't need sort of more healing and stuff to them.
Yeah,
Um,
I will give my lay on hands.
yeah. Wish, not wishful, but milk thistle. There you go. That's the word. You
Yeah.
keep an eagle eye, listening out and watching out for obviously trapped victims and best directing people when you hear sort of small cries and as the rescue forces move in to obviously unbury that section of the building and help to sort of pull any partially trapped people out of there. You work effectively as a team to rectify the damage that was caused by the landing.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Can I
caused by
roll?
us.
Can I roll or take 10 on appraise to determine how much damage was done to the building?
What would your appraise if you took 10 give you?
Take 10 would be 20.
20. Yes, then you can take 10.
All right,
So
so 20 on appraise. How much damage is done?
you're pretty certain that the buildings are right of it will need to be reconstructed.
Okay. How
Um,
much to?
I'm now going to look up the building.
I mean, all things considered, one building could have been much worse.
It is a no. It's not that much. It's probably going to be about 2,000 gold pieces, maybe a little bit more with like the cleanup and stuff afterwards and what have you.
For one single building?
Yeah, expensive. Like complete reconstruction, yeah, about 2,000. I mean, making a house, just a simple, very small house, is like about 1,000 gold pieces.
That's a considerable fortune I didn't expect. Okay.
I mean, these are like if you're doing like a simple hut in like out in the middle of nowhere, then obviously it wouldn't be this much. But it's in a city which will have to follow certain building regulations and be constructed in a particular way and needs particular materials. It is about that much.
Do we know if Villatown has the resources on hand to immediately like hire the team and rebuild the house in a timely manner?
From what you're understanding, yeah, they would be able to build it, but the people who live there wouldn't be out of a house because there is abandoned buildings around Village Town. so they would be able to be relocated elsewhere.
Okay.
Do we have enough clerics and other casters on Hoof who could work to cast Make Whole and just spend the time to completely repair the house?
Um, that you're not certain of, as I think make whole is generally quite a small area. That
It is. I think it's like 10 square feet or like a D6 square feet, something like that.
Yeah, so it will take quite a while for it to do it, and it's one of those ones where it's more likely that they would just rebuild it rather than utilize that much magical resources.
Yeah, 10 cubic feet per level. So Milk Thistle by himself could repair 100 cubic feet. Because it's only a level 2 spell. If we had enough casters, Milk Thistle could simply uh, cover the cost to hire them, and they could rebuild the house working together. So it
Yeah.
comes down to math. How many cubic feet did this building take up?
I mean, I'll have to sit and work out. The issue is you would only like heal it to a degree because it only heals like 1d6. So I mean, you could cover the whole building and it will be like you've put together back together a building like a jigsaw. So it wouldn't be like full health. You would have to do it multiple castings to reinforce the structure.
Well, it is 1d6 per level up to 5d6, and I know a
Oh,
Slate of Will only has like 4 HP of health.
sorry. I thought it was. I did miss the whole up to a maximum of 5d6. I thought it was just 1d6 overall. Okay.
So the reason I'm making this a point is because Milk Thistle does have the platinum on him right now to just simply give the cash over. But if there's a more cost efficient way that shows the power of the gods in front of them, that could build faith, influence, and save money in the end.
So you would do 100 cubic feet, correct?
Correct.
Cubic. Right. I just need to see what this looks like. Okay, 100 cubic feet is not as large as I thought it would be.
Yeah, I
Yeah, a hundred feet of length, that's a considerable amount, but cubic feet, it's like a third dimensional area.
Yeah, so it's like a large cardboard box, basically, which you could get. You know, it looks like it's like a 5 foot square by 5 foot, basically.
Well, it is cubic feet, so in a three-dimensional space,
Oh
100
yeah,
cubic feet would still be a considerable amount.
yeah. So you would need to do. Let me think. If I mean, I need to just quickly look at the size of the building. The So you've got that much across. Okay, so that's so and so yeah, that's most of the building, and then you've got that thickness at 25 by.
So if we know the height, the width, and the depth of the house, we could determine the cubic uh, square feet or square meters if we're using the metric system.
Yeah, so this was quite a long house. It was made up of like small apartments and stuff. So you came through it at a point where you destroyed 40 foot across, and the building itself is 25 feet deep. So that would be 40 foot by 25 foot, and then it was a two-story building, which would make it. How many feet is basically a depth?
Approximately 20, 22 with the shingles and the roofing.
Okay, we'll call it 20 feet then. So that will be um, the width is 40 foot, the depth is 25 foot, and the height is 20 foot.
So 40 times 25 times 20,
Yep.
and cubic feet means we would need to raise that to the third power. So, which my calculator is not giving me. I can do squared, but not cubed. God bless.
All right, Google,
All
help
right,
me.
so those dimensions alone would be 20,000. So basically 20,000 raised to the third power. So, okay, I can do this here. Okay, so 20,000 times 20,000 times 20,000. No, that can't be right. That's thousand million. That's 8 trillion cubic feet. That can't be right.
No, definitely can't be right.
That's way off. It's been a while since I've done algebra. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Because it's like height. It's it's depth, width times. It's times in certain numbers by certain numbers. I know what you mean.
Yeah. So height, width, and depth. Wait, it by cube. Does it mean those three measurements? Is that the third power it's being raised to?
That's what I think it is.
Okay. Well, in that case, it would
Isn't
be
it? Isn't
yeah,
it?
20,000 then.
Yeah, isn't it like
20.
it's it's width and depth. You get them a number, and then you times that by 20. Oh, that's 20,000.
All right. So
20,000 feet,
20,000.
and you can do 100. So that would take you 200 castings, which sounds about right, to be honest. I mean,
No,
some
it's
of the
20.
the issue is
Is
some
20.
of the area is dead space because there will be sections where there is nothing in, so you wouldn't be cast in that area, like like empty open room spaces type of thing. Or in like the loft, there'll be an area in the loft where you won't have to do a cast in, if you get what I'm
Is
saying.
the 40 by 25 by 20, is that the entirety of the size of the building or just the section that was destroyed?
Just the section that was destroyed.
Okay.
The building was a bit longer.
So this is a technicality. So since this represents cubic feet, as you mentioned, there's a lot of empty space.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this could be like stretched over the surface of the planks of wood and the steel rivets that are in there. How would you?
I don't know if it
call
lets you
that?
stretch it out that much, but what I will do is for empty space, I will half it so you only have to do 100 castings.
But still, 100 or 10,000 would still take weeks by myself, so that's not feasible.
About the same sort of length of time it would take for a team to actually build it, surprisingly enough.
Yeah, so unfortunately, we don't have time for that. Um,
Yeah, we
I
might
mean,
just have to take the L for this one.
is there staff on hand at the temple?
Well, I mean, there will be people at the temple. I mean, not like probably fully staffed, but there will be people there. It's something you can definitely like sort out in the morning.
I No, I think Alexandrite's right. I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet on this one. If we had downtime, then I don't think it would be an issue.
I mean, what I will
The
indicate,
cost
it's
was
quite. Oh, sorry. What was that? Metal?
the cost was like 2,000, right?
Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
potential cost of taking it down and rebuilding the section. What I will mention though is no one appears to think that you've caused it.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, but we should still fix it. So,
Yeah.
What we
um,
okay here or go ahead,
how
Melvin.
much?
I'm gonna-
Yeah, how much gold does everyone have?
Uh,
I only got like a couple hundred on me.
Nope.
I have on hand. I have 100 in the bank. I have 1,625. So I could possibly take the 1,000 out of the bank and dump that in as my half.
Milk Thistle has over 200 platinum. I have been saving up the majority of my coin for crafting purposes. Here's an idea. Milk Thistle can pay for the families that are, without a home right now, pay for them to live in the tavern and have meals to eat and things like that. And then we can bring this to the council's decisions and see if the city as a whole would be willing to pay for the repairs.
I was actually just gonna like let them stay at my home.
I mean, there's also the fact that there are abandoned buildings still in Villager Town because it's not fully populated. So
Yeah, I know. I was just meaning for tonight at least. Like,
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's right. I stole Burns wants to go and get his see what the verdict on his place is.
It's
I'm
it's
just
possible. It
just saying if we split it, it'll be just only 500 gold each.
Yes.
I don't have 500 gold. That's the thing.
Okay.
Yeah, we could probably speak to who's the I forget the name of the lord who's most connected to the citizens here, the one who spends the most time among them.
Oh, Lord
Oh,
Skystriker.
yeah.
Lord Sky Striker might be able to use his position to speak to some philanthropists and see if we can gather the gold that way.
But this is something that we should probably take care of in the morning.
Okay. So yeah, we'll make arrangements for everyone who's dehoused right now to make sure they have shelter and food for the night, and then we'll Milk Thistle will give his word that we will see to it that the building is repaired and they can return home soon.
I mean, it's like nearly midnight. I think we don't need to feed them right now.
Well, they'll be hungry in the morning, so we should
Yeah.
make sure they have food.
In the morning, we can probably just do your feast thing.
Not for this particular matter.
All right.
Yeah,
Um,
is it a cold night?
No, it's actually, other than it being rainy, it's been fairly mild in regards to temperatures. Um,
Okay, it's still rainy.
I mean, the rain would have died off. I'll get the next weather reports in 8 minutes, so I can tell you what it's kind of leading into.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
everybody's very thankful and wants to shake your hooves for helping with this and the fact that you're willing to give the aid you are trying to do in helping ponies. Um, they seem to be very grateful for all your assistance and that you're that the heroes of Everglow are going out of their way to help uh, the the simple folk.
Yes. Alexander will accept the thanks and will definitely, you know, give the offer if anyone's without a home right now that they could stay at his place for tonight until they find another abandoned building.
Um,
And Milk Thistle would say to those who are not able to sleep after this experience, the Nightmare Temple will be having its services soon.
Um. Metsu will also accept at the thanks and say the order of the shield is always happy to help.
um, as they're obviously they're thanking you and everything else like that, you would pick up the odd conversation or in between their thanks and stuff that um, you
Uh,
know.
Question: Do we have extra room in the ship?
It's a bit crowded
No.
with all the extra NPCs at the moment.
Yeah. So that's why
Oh,
Alex is offering his place because I think it's a pretty big place from.
Yeah,
Mm.
it will house at least a majority of the people. I
yeah,
mean, most of them.
between
Oh, sorry, was that milk?
between us and the city guard, there's plenty of leadership here to make sure everyone has shelter for the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, with this, people would have obviously came in and helped and stuff like that. And I mean, it is a bit of a community, so they would. No one's really got nowhere to go, as other people will offer to put them up who live nearby, and what have you. Though a good amount of them will take up your offer, Alex, to go and stay in your house because it's not every day you get the offer to stay in a hero's house. They're going to be greatly disappointed because you've not actually moved in technically, so it's kind of, you know,
Ours.
Yeah.
sparse. So there's not really of a personal touch, but hey, they get to say they stayed in your house.
Yeah. I mean, hey, an unfurnished house is a house you can't steal from.
um,
unless you unless you take the house itself.
Though, right, so with all of this going on, you would also pick up other sort of like talk and like whispers and, bits of rumours what would be flying around as you work and help sort out people. Um, Like there's from what you obviously like I said, there's a lot of empty housing and stuff like that. But there are people who mention um, that obviously the Persians have taken up some of the empty homes. Um, there's some mentions that perhaps this is maybe this is in relation to the nightmares people have been having, um, and those sort of things.
And Alexandrite will look to milk this one and say, I think you should probably talk to your cleric by now.
Yes, High Priest Midnight Vision has been waiting long enough. All right.
Mhm.
Now that the now that the people are cared for, Milk Thistle will make his way to the All Seasons Temple.
All right.
Burned will follow him.
Yeah, Alexandrite will be at his house, making sure that everyone's settled in nice at least.
Yeah,
Wishful.
yeah. For like any like pony that's like left out. If there's any left out, Metu will offer to like pay for the room in the tavern.
Oh, and Duck and Nightshine, of course, because I imagine he wants to stay with her.
Yeah.
Milk Thistle would escort Duck to the All Seasons Temple and make sure that Wishful has the Book of Lashtada with her,
Well,
kept kept hidden, of course.
Wishful says it's probably best to like do all of that in the morning and bring Duck in the morning. That way, there's like the, more people or more ponies than what we get at midnight. Make a bit more
Well,
of a show of it.
High
And
Priest Midnight Vision needs to learn of all of this as soon as possible.
I can tell him, but make a big show of bringing Duck in and trying to find wherever the Lashtarta temple is in front of more spectators.
We won't do that tonight,
Yeah.
but High Priest Midnight Vision needs to know of what's happened.
Well,
I need to show.
let's not bring Duck in so we don't tip our hand to the Kara worshippers because I'm sure they'll be watching if we bring in Duck.
We can keep her covered. She's small. She'll look like a child traveling with us.
Do remember they know of her. They poisoned her. No, cursed her.
They will they will have to learn eventually. I can arrange for safe harbor for Duck and Nightshine until the morning.
All right.
Do you
If you
want
think
me to
that's best.
provide? Sorry.
What were you about to say, bud?
Do you want to have me provide watch over them for the night?
I had intended to do that myself. It would potentially be helpful if you could call on the Chaos Knights.
Of
There are
course.
also there are also loyal members of the Temple Guard who would remain neutral in the situation. You can trust them.
Yes. Once we are done with meeting up with Midnight Vision and excuse me, uh, getting all that squared away, I will be able to call upon my men. Yes.
Wishful Pen, I trust High Priest Midnight Vision entirely. He is the wisest among us. He would be able to make the best decision on how to bring this revelation to the temple as a whole. And I'll see to it personally that Duck and Nightshine are protected and safe through the night.
Well, I mean, I would say the ship would be safe enough, rather than having to potentially expose them to others who might do them harm. I mean, it's unlikely somebody would do something such so publicly, but you never know.
The temple is the least likely place for such an attack to occur. It is holy ground, it is neutral ground. I
That
do
is,
not believe the followers of Kara would be foolish enough to do anything so foolish.
I suppose that is very true. It is neutral ground, and no one's allowed to harm anyone there. I guess I'm just
Precisely.
too worried that we've gone this hard way, and I don't want anything to happen.
I ask that you trust me in this, Wishful. We need to stand together.
All right, well, let's get them and keep them covered.
Okay. So Milkwood, on the way to the temple, travel back out to the ship and let Duck and Nightshine know that there will be a safe place for them to stay tonight at the All Seasons Temple.
Yeah, out of character, Nightshine does know Dimension Door.
He
True.
does, but casting magic like that would be, setting off fire alarms inside the temple. Like everybody would be aware of it. And the place that Milk Thistle intends for them to stay, Nightshine's never been there.
And while Milk Thistle's getting Duck and Nightshine, Bird is gonna be rallying his men to join them. He'll have them wait outside of the Nightmare Temple until
It's going to take you a while to rally them because it's at midnight, and
Right.
It's one of those sort of things which you kind of have to go around the entire city trying to obviously get wherever they sleep and stuff, because obviously they sleep in their own various places and what have you, not in like one big
Yeah.
barracks and stuff. So
Yeah,
Have
this is
they
true.
have they not been staying at the Unification Hall for training?
no, most of them obviously have homes and stuff, so they will return to their home and what have you in the evening.
Well, you could delegate that out to Thunderclap.
Yeah, he's gonna find Thunderclap and have him be the one to do the rallying.
Yeah,
Sorry,
so
I'm just
that's fine.
like
You go off and to find Thunderclap. That is fine.
I'll be right back.
So, oh, Alex runs off because I'm going to do your travel to the All Seasons Temple when Alex gets back.
yeah. I will apologize if I seem a little bit out of it. I'm just like uh, uh just
It's it's all good.
today.
You're doing all right.
Remember, we're here for fun, not to stress
Yeah,
out.
yeah, no, I understand that. That's how do I say this politely? I'm trying to find the right way to word it. Uh, yeah, no, he never. When we're in that dungeon, he wasn't like intending to like commit serious harm to anyone. So
Um,
it's like,
I was going to say, is that Alex back? I thought I heard him.
Alexandrites.
No, I thought I heard him return, but that might be somebody else's mic.
might have been someone else's.
Most likely.
But yeah, no, let's just hope the brother will push that off as just a wild tale. I don't think we're supposed to tell anyone about the dungeons, were we?
What dungeon?
Not
can-
openly, but Milk Thistle intends to share everything we've encountered on the journey with High Priest Midnight Vision.
I mean,
Alright, I think the only thing we're not supposed to tell is our encounters with the Sun Queen is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the only one.
All right. So Alex is back. So you guys start making your way to the All Seasons Temple. You were stopped momentarily by a Persian who will come out with a kind of metal cup, sort of shaking a little bit. It sounds like there might be some coins in there, and the Persian goes, "Spare some coins for a poor Persian who has lost everything." shaking his cup.
Milk Thistle is immediately going to suspect this is one of the Doomsayers. Maybe he's just paranoid, but that's where his mind
Yeah,
goes.
yes, he is.
Hmm. Hmm.
You may ask for alms in the morning from the charity branch of the All Seasons Temple. Kindly stand aside, please.
They've already given so much to all the other refugees. Perhaps you could spare some?
Uh,
Is he hooded?
No, you could see him and stuff. I mean, it looks like I mean, his outfit looks like it was probably quite nice at one point, but it's looking a bit ragged and like he's not had a chance to give it a proper clean and stuff. And
hmm.
he seems to be wearing stuff which you would more consider to be somebody to wear in a desert than here.
Hmm. Uh, Out of character, do you guys want me to try to be diplomatic or try to intimidate him into moving?
You
It's up
could
to
just
you,
give him
man.
like some coppers or something.
Yeah, we could diplomatically get him to move just so long as we're not standing still for more than a few seconds.
Yeah. Bird will toss 5 copper pieces into his uh panhandler's cup, and he'll say, uh, "Our apologies, but we must be on our way."
Ah, kind blessings. Thank you, kind pony, for sparing some coins for a poor Persian. He sort of shakes the cup to the others to see if anybody else would be more than willing to spare some coin.
Move along.
You got change.
All right, he's gonna use diplomacy. He's gonna say,
I mean,
"You
he's
have
not
your."
like getting in your way. He's just sort of like asking, like if you literally just walk past him. I mean, he might chase after you, but he's not stopping you from
All right,
like going.
he
You shall not pass situation.
he's gonna look to the others and say, "Let's hurry onwards. We have a timetable to keep."
Milk Thistle will walk between the beggar and Duck to make sure that his body's like fully separating this one from Duck for the rest of the way up to the temple entrance.
That's fine. He doesn't follow you too far, shaking his cup, but after a few sort of long strides, he obviously returns back to the alleyway he seemed to have dashed out of when he spotted you. Uh,
Okay. Just in case this one is being used as a distraction, Milk Thistle is going to be looking around, watching, listening to see if anyone else is moving towards them.
no, you're not spotting anyone else moving towards you, but as you approach the All Seasons temple, you do spot a number of tents that have been erected in sort of just outside it and the grounds, and you do see a few more sort of Persian sort of like small families that are sort of like milling about, even at this late hour. But it is mostly quiet.
Uh, Burned is gonna lean over a bit to Milk Thistle and say, "I think that wasn't a dream. Look at them. They're from Mirage, aren't they?"
First things first, let us see to Duck's safety.
Yes. Yes, let's.
Right. You proceed up into the All Seasons Temple. Um, the temple doesn't seem to be. Well, it's midnight, so it's nowhere near as busy as you normally. Well, it's the sort of same level of business as what you expect it to be. Walking through, the only thing what stands out is there appears to be a very young-looking guard stood by the Queen's sarcophagus, wearing armour that doesn't quite look like it fits him, but is wearing the sort of same iconography on it that the the group that still had sort of was beginning to train. As you
Is
oh,
is Steel present at the sarcophagus?
he is not.
High Priest Midnight Vision and speak with them.
So
It,
the ceremony has actually already begun for the midnight ceremony. Um, one of the other priests is obviously currently in the process of uh, speaking and obviously doing the ceremony. Um, what do you guys do?
Milk Thistle uh, looks around, and the main thing he's looking for is anyone who looks out of place, um, those he doesn't recognize, those who are keeping themselves deliberately covered in the darkest areas. But he would escort Duck to the very front row and take a seat to make sure there's room for Wishful, Burn, Duck, Nightshine, and himself.
Right, so you proceed up the front. Um, I mean, you are spotting ponies you don't recognise and stuff, but you don't know the full congregation that often attends um, the ceremonies and stuff. They could just be new faces to the ceremony. No one seems to be overly hooded unless they are a cleric of the nightmare, wearing sort of the telltale coloured robes and iconography of the nightmare. When you get to the front, there isn't any seats, obviously, because none have been set aside for your arrival. But you do see Midnight Vision, who will stand up immediately and basically will quietly whisper in Infernal, "Come with me," as he will lead you away from the ceremony to one of the doors what lead into the back area.
And Milk Thistle will gesture low to the ground so that way it's not raised above the pews where the entire room can see it, but he'll motion for everyone in the party to follow him.
Alright, Burned will do so.
And in fact, Milk Thistle will have Burned lead the group and he'll bring up the rear so everyone else is in between the two of us as we follow Midnight.
Yep.
I,
You
I
guys,
should mention Metal's not there.
okay, that's fine. Where would you have gone?
Yeah, she's just like staying back with the refugees just to make sure not all of them have a place to go.
Oh, what, the ones in the courtyard out here?
No, the ones back at the broken
Oh, the broken
town.
house.
Yeah,
Okay, right. Now you're sorting them out, making sure everyone's got somewhere and going, that
yeah,
sort of thing.
yeah,
No, that's fine.
yeah, because that's the first priority right now.
Oh, no, that's fine. Yeah, you. I mean, that would take a bit of time sorting out and what have you. So that is perfectly acceptable. So we've got obviously Duck, Nightshine, Wishful Pen, Milk Thistle, Burnt. You with them at the temple?
Yes, he's in his
Yep.
Chaos Knight armor
Yeah, that's,
at the temple.
no, that's fine. Alex, did you go with them to the temple as well?
I went to my place to make sure that
No,
the people that we did
no,
that didn't have places to stay could stay from my place for the night at least.
no, that is fine. Okay, so um, you guys enter in. Midnight Vision will lead you into obviously the back. What sort of back rooms in a antechambers? Is that what they're called?
I maybe let me.
I can't remember. But
I think Antechambers is correct.
yeah,
Yeah, I believe that is the term.
Sounds about right.
yeah. So he leads you into one of the rear antechambers and lets you all sort of enter in before he will close the door and goes, "Have you? What have you heard so far?"
We've had we received a vision from the nightmare, a warning that struck right at midnight as everyone who was asleep saw a vision of the stag lord with green glowing eyes, his large antlers impaling ponies, blood dripping down, black sands erupting out of the ground, and everyone feeling just an abject sense of terror as multiple voices screaming out on top of each other, "It is too late, it is too late."
What night was this?
This was 2 nights ago, I believe, or it may have been the previous night because it did happen at midnight.
Yeah, technically, I think now 3 nights ago because you just passed over to the next
Yeah,
day.
I believe 3 nights.
It was the night directly after the um, the eclipse.
Okay, well, that's the same day the Persians started showing up from Mirage, and what they have informed us, does not speak uh, well of the events going on down there. Have you been told what's happened? What we know of happened at Mirage?
No, we've only just arrived. There was damage done to a local building, so we saw to the civilians, and then we came straight here.
Anything to be concerned about in regards to the damaged building?
Uh, Extensive repairs will need to be done. I could use clerics to cast Make Whole, but it would take a week to finish repairs. For the time being, the civilians have been treated for their injuries, and they all have shelter and food for tonight.
Is the cause to be anything concerned about?
Our captain seemed to have lost control of the ship. I did not take time to find out exactly how,
Ah,
but
okay, it's fine.
seemed to crash.
You
We
know
seemed to crash.
you know where the cause of it, and it's nothing to be concerned of. That is fine. My worry is it may have been an attack. So
No, Alpha.
the news of the from Mirage, apparently it was assaulted by a demonic force.
So was the the Stag Lord then?
We had Persians fleeing the city that purchased teleportation scrolls or stole them, or were wizards themselves who were charged other Persians a fee for escaping. Uh, we have a number of them currently resting in the city. Um, once it became clear of the scale of the forces, I believe your the paladin you know as Steel took it upon himself to take a small force as well as some of the military still stationed here to go and try and help Mirage.
Oh no.
We have not received any word back from them as of yet.
Does still have the heart?
As far as I'm aware, he's not told me he's put it anywhere.
He would always have it on him. If he is going to Mirage, he is practically delivering it into the enemy's hands. Hooves.
Oh, shit. Shit, shit, shit.
We we have decided that it is worthwhile to try to heal the heart, and Steele understands that doing so would kill him. But if we could restore the heart to the Stag Lord, it would restore him to his godhood the way he is naturally meant to be, and it would end this demonic incursion. If he is there alone facing off against this powerful demonic force, he could easily be overwhelmed and the heart stolen.
He's not alone. He took whatever small paladin order he's put together, as well as I think I think they took about 200 or so troops from the forces from St. Moon's Reach, and a collective of the Temple Guards have got as well as a few others who wanted to lend a hoof. They used the map to get to Mirage.
Oh, shit.
How long ago was this?
This was hours after the Persians started arriving with the news of what was going on in Mirage. So, about 2-3 hours after the eclipse happened. Uh,
We still have not discovered a way to purify the heart as we intend to.
that's well, that is only part of the problems. Still, also, I mean, there was a lot of things were chaotic, but he seemed to think he was to blame for this, and he said he was going to try and do some right. But I don't know if that means much to you. Also, you were not the only ones who received visions. It was a number of the populace reported nightmares. Some of them referred to them as visions. Some of them referred to it as who did the messages. Though theirs were more had an uplifting element to it. Yours almost sounded like a taunt. From what we can gather through the priests who have spoken to the populace who have had these dreams, we can't work out if any particular one is affected by it. We've had a few priests and a number of populace who have come across the city. Similar things. They are safe in their homes, sleeping. They rise out of their bedrooms or sleeping, and they seem to sort of travel across Everglow, moving at fast speeds, but they feel safe and comforted. Like what they're doing is right. Is the sense they get. Then they meet the wall of like a storm. Purple clouds, red lightning seems to be all the descriptions. Right, as they approach these storms, clouds, it begins to part for them, cutting a sea through the storm, cutting a path through the storm itself. And following the straight path leads them to call it an eye of the storm, where the area is clear and calm. Though below them is this black ground, what looks like death, I believe most of them describe as. A few of them have referred to it as like almost black glass looking. From the smoke in front of them comes a large figure. We've had descriptions from all sorts. Those who say it's a large unicorn, some say it's just a smoky figure. We have had those who think it's a deer of some sort, as well as others describe a particular monster. But at least all of them can confirm it has horns or horn of some sort. We've had even those who claim that it was a giant cloven, so the reports seem to vary from that one. From this mass, there seems to be a glowing centre of like red light from inside of them, or inside of the mist of this creature. That seems to tower over them. They are floating at sort of like its head height, high in the sky, and they stretch out their hoof, and a ball of energy leaves their hoof and flies towards the smoke figure, striking the red spot and causing the smoke to then explode, and then casts away all of the storm around them, leaving a nice calm blue sky, though still keeping the black glass below them, but things seem calm and relaxed. We've had a few hundred reports of this dream, all reporting very similar effects, some minor deviations, but we've put that down to personal interpretations of certain things.
Milk Thistle has taken out parchment and he's writing these down as he hears it.
There's a few people who are working on some theories, but we do not believe it is any direct message from any particular deity. There's no symbolism in it. Things seem very direct, and there's no, other than maybe the purple clouds, and a few other minor sort of discrepancies between certain individuals. There's not too much in regards to symbolism. Like with the nightmare, you would expect to see a palm tree ablaze, or at least a palm tree within it. The Moon Princess, you would expect to see the moon. Sun Queen, the sun is always at least present. Even when the sky was clear and you had a blue sky, no one made mention of the sun burning in the sky above them. So those are things that are minorly concerning, as there was none of those symbolism within it. But things have moved quickly in the last few days.
Yes, we're aware.
A number of people are stirring in worry. I know the council have had meetings in regards to current events and what they will be doing, or what path they'll be taking.
Can Milk Thistle still attempt to interpret dreams based on what Midnight Vision has described?
You can attempt to, yeah. So, again, similar to what your previous one, I think, seemed very literal what he was stating. And the fact that he indicated that there was no symbolism of a particular deity is a very sort of strong striking point, as is at least when a dream comes from a deity or it's meant to be a message from one, there's always an element of their symbolism in there, which either means that it didn't come from any of those deities, or um, it's purposely being withheld, which would be very odd for them.
Milk Thistle will ask, or go ahead.
With with obviously the shots and shooting at the figure, it can be almost like seen as striking it with a weapon in a weak point, causing it to be banished or destroyed. Is sort of the best interpretation of at least the figure moving across the earth, or moving across the terrain and stuff. Could be a representation of obviously the travel, the journey, or to reach the destination, and then obviously travelling through to confront the evil creature that you face and destroying it.
Milk Thistle will ask, when we received our vision while traveling here, the vision happened precisely at the midnight hour. Has there been any similarities of others encountering this vision?
No, not at least not that we're aware of. The dreams have happened over the few days. Not the same people each time, different people. Though we have not had reports yet of tonight having any of the more dreams coming in. Though we may potentially get them by morning.
Have you had this vision yourself?
I have not. And most of none of the senior clergy have. We've had some minor low-ranking clerics that have bore witness to it, but none of the Moon Princess or the Nightmare have.
Even though the vision described that we experienced on the ship did not have things such as a burning palm tree, the the color purple was a consistent theme.
Yeah.
And the fact that it happened at midnight, I believe that was a warning, a vision from the Nightmare herself. This Stag Lord, even though he is a broken god, he is still a god. This could be a vision that he is sending out himself. He intends to destroy this entire land. From what we have heard from Hint of Winter, his cousin, that's all he intends to do, save for the few who have thrown in their lot with him. If there is a sense of calm that is coming from giving of oneself to the Stag Lord while death and blackness remains below, I believe that is a deceptive tactic. Because that is what the doomsayers have been preaching, that if you submit and surrender to the Stag Lord, then not you will be saved, but one of your chosen loved ones will be saved. It is a lie. The citizens cannot be allowed to believe it.
Most are interpreting it as a message or a indication of how to destroy the creature. I believe some see it as we must ride out and confront it directly, and believe that the path that cuts across it is a path that the gods themselves cut for whoever would go out and face it, to allow them to, well, I don't know, penetrate into the heart of their territory and obviously destroy the creature.
At the heart of the creature, that is the crux of this. It is why this is all happening. The Stag Lord's heart was stolen and became corrupted. If we can find a way to purify the heart and return it to him, his godhood would be restored.
Well,
If we go out and if we go out and face him, untold destruction could still happen. I do not know if we are powerful enough to be able to fight it head on.
Burn sort of blinks a bit. And he goes, "Wait a minute, Midnight Vision. You said that their hooves glowed as
yes.
it."
Each individual said in the dream they extended their hoof, and there was a glow from their hoof, and it seemed to shoot out some ball of energy, travel towards the shadow creature, striking it. He indicates on his own chest, and it's kind of like center chest, and
So it's where a heart would be.
yeah, in a sense, striking here and traveling to what would be equivalent of a heart and destroying it.
Burned. He looks to Milk Thistle and Wishful Pin, and he says, "I think it's only a. This is only a theory, but do you think it's possible for us to put our mythic capabilities into the heart itself?"
Um, I don't know if we can transfer our power. I mean, I don't know if I could.
Because maybe that's what we've been looking for all along. Maybe that's how we purify the heart. This is just me tossing a thought out there. Correct me if I could be wrong, but at the same time, maybe we're overlooking it.
Midnight
If it
Vision.
is
Oh, sorry, you go Memphis first.
if it is possible to transfer our mythic power into the heart of Everglow, and restore the Stag Lord, I would not hesitate to do so. But we must remember the powers that we have been granted by Hint of Winter are strictly for the purpose of stopping the Stag Lord. She does not require us to restore him, but he must be stopped.
This is true, but at the same time, what's to keep him from coming back?
Demonic forces do not ever really die. They're disrupted. They return to their plane of existence, and then they can return. So if we do end up destroying the Stag Lord, he may behave in the exact same manner. He will not be truly gone, the land will not be truly saved, it will just be future generations, possibly centuries, millennia from now. Which is why I believe we should focus on purifying the heart. We must find a way to do so.
It is, well, like I said, many have interpreted the vision as a way of destroying it, the creature, and but what would be able to be utilised to destroy such a thing is obviously the question in itself.
Did they describe exactly what the energy was that came from their hooves? Did they describe how it felt?
No one gave any descriptions of how it felt or really how it looked. Each person described it differently, I believe. Different. Some people said it was lightning. Some people said it was like a ball of energy, and what have you. None of the people who were really affected are too versed in the arcane arts to give a proper description of, well, what it looks like. So we are uncertain exactly what it is. Probably the most skilled person that I know had it described it as a sphere of glowing with a glowing white centre that had trails of different colour, like energy dissipating off it. A bit like what you could expect. I'm trying to think of a spell. Think of dancing lights with a more diffused glow about it, and almost burnt like a fire, and it as the fire sort of burnt off to the tips, the 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 white glow would become multicoloured. It's kind of the best description we got. Doesn't really mean too much. It doesn't seem to refer to any magical effect that we are familiar with.
If this vision is accurate, that this power jutting out from our hooves is somehow what's capable of destroying the Stag Lord, the fact that the black sands remaining below still symbolizes death and destruction.
Well, that could represent the fact that the death and destruction has begun, and it can't be undone once it's happened, perhaps.
These images have not come from our pantheon. The image we received on board the ship most definitely came from the nightmare. And as we know, signs of destruction and death, those are not things that are definite. They are not set in stone. They are warnings of what will happen if we do not take action. I will trust her more than this vision from an unknown origin.
Well, from what I can hear, well, what you said, you're basing your vision being that of the nightmares because of the purple clouds, are you not?
The purple clouds, the time,
The
everyone
time.
sharing the exact same vision.
Well, this one shares almost this those similarities except for the time. This one we cannot confirm would happen at midnight.
Have any of the refugees described purple clouds over Mirage?
Yes,
Any red lightning?
yes. They did see the purple clouds in the distance, and all they can describe was a sudden surge as the storm pushed forward over towards their city, and before they knew really what was going on, the sand had turned black, and they were saying demons were rising out of it and attacking their city. They also describe the from within the purple storm, there was red lightning striking the ground in the city itself. And they were not dreaming.
In the morning, I will reach out to Steel Prism and find out what he knows. If that is all for now, High Priest, there are other important matters that need to be brought to your attention.
Other matters? What other important matters is it?
Is this room completely sealed off?
It is as sealed as as any of the other rooms.
Duck, would you stand up, please?
She will come out from wherever she was probably hiding, and do her standard sort of call out, "Quack! You all seem super serious. I didn't want to interrupt."
Oh yes, we're discussing very serious things, and we're going to discuss some more serious things, but happier ones.
I like happier.
Alpha, this is Duck. She is a short legs, a hidden race of ponies that had almost all been completely wiped out, but she survived.
He looks at her and goes, very curious pony. A duck would definitely interrupt and go, "I'm not a pony, I'm a duck. Quack." As she does. And
Yes.
Midnight Vision will definitely raise an eye at that one. I see. He sort of looks up at you with a sort of a questioning look at that.
There's no convincing her otherwise, High Priest. But we found the missing god. Lestada has been freed. We found missing history that had been hidden away by the Kara Temple. I do not know if it was by her followers, her goddess, or their goddess, or whom. But the reason why the Love Temple, or the Love Wing of the temple, has only one goddess being worshipped is because the other one has been sealed away. Wishful Pen, would you please bring out the text?
Oh, yes. She goes into her bags and sort of brings out the heavy book and sort of places it on the nearby desk.
Wishful Pen and I have been spending sleepless nights copying down word for word this holy text so there can be copies of it, but this is the original. Inside of it, it describes all of the rituals that are to be performed by the priest of Lestada. Lestada is a goddess of love and family. And we managed to free her, but she has not regained her strength as almost all of her followers were killed off. The short legs are considered her children, whether she magically birthed them or if she touched those who worship her while they have a child in the womb and they're born of short legs. I'm not entirely certain. But
I mean, it's possible that a deity might see their followers as their children.
But during our travels to free Lestada, we received multiple warnings to turn away. And after we had managed to free Lestada, an assassin arrived while we were sleeping, poisoned us, but we managed to fight him off. He is currently prepped for burial aboard our ship. I do not believe the full truth of what the Kara Temple has done to wipe out all of the short legs and to hide this goddess away for all eternity should be brought to light. However, Lishtada should be restored.
Hmm.
And I also suspect that Lishtada may be the goddess that would know best how to purify the heart of Everglow.
Has she indicated she knows as much?
She has not. She only spoke to us once and very briefly. We had managed to solve the riddles in her dungeon. She was freed from entrapment, but she was only a disembodied voice. There are rituals within the text, and Milk Thistle would flip to the pictured versions, where a wedding takes place where Lashtada is invited down, and she actually enjoys walking among her worshippers.
I see.
We were given we were given the task to free Lashtada from the Moon Princess herself. We were invited to her realm. She spoke to us, and then he flips to the page and points to the paragraph where it states that the Moon Princess is the mother of Lashtada. So by freeing her daughter, we were able to grow in mythic power. And once she is fully restored, I believe then the Moon Princess will honor her word to grant us her power as well, and we will be stronger and more capable of fighting the Stag Lord.
I see. So you want to perform a wedding?
Duck was cursed by Kara. She's not able to bear children. But if we perform the wedding and Lashada is restored to power, then she'll be healed.
Well, things have. It's definitely different to what I've been dealing with for the last few days. Well, a wedding is something which I suppose would raise a number of spirits, but we shall see what tomorrow brings. As it is unlikely that we will be able to put anything significant together for a wedding that this Lashtarter would potentially come down for, as I'm certain there are key elements that must be adhered to for such a event to take place, no different to that of the Sun Queen visiting, or any of the other deities who comes down to visit their followers.
Perhaps not, but Lashtada has been away from her children for a very long time. She may very well be eager to return. Wishful Pen here has been a most diligent scholar in helping Duck prepare the wedding.
Wishful gives a nod. Mm. Well, even the most forceful Pippin, even the most forceful individual still requires a level of power to come forward. If she is still weak, mm, we
Well,
shall see.
Lashtada did call for one to be her priestess. She offered it up. She offered the position to any of us, but since most of us are obliged to a different deity, we declined. But Duck is one of the kindest, friendliest, and most outgoing ponies. Pardon me, Duck. One of the most outgoing ducks I've encountered,
Quack.
and she agreed. And she agreed wholeheartedly when she discovered that she could bear children after this.
Well, we will have to work out how best to move forward with a planned wedding and what needs to be put in place. I'm sure you probably have a good understanding of what the ritual is if you've been preparing the duck here for it.
Wishful, are there any other preparations that will take time, or can it be performed tomorrow?
Well, I mean, there are certain things that we need to do. I mean, obviously, we don't have a large number of short legs or hooves. Um, it does mention of a Lystartan wing within the All Seasons Temple, which potentially would help focus her power, which would, failing us finding loads of short legs, probably would act in the same way, but we would need to find wherever the starter shrine is within this All Seasons Temple.
Leshtada's wing still exists within this temple, High Priest. And Milthissa will turn to the diagram that it shows the entire floor plan of the temple. Here within the Karan temple, we've never noticed it because the Kara's temple is no larger than any of ours. We all have equal size here. But she still has that wing to herself. And he follows it to where the entrance is supposed to be and how it's sized to accommodate short hooves more readily. This is where it should be. Whether it's covered up with nothing more than a tapestry, a stone wall, or if it's magically sealed from our eyes, this is where it is supposed to be. And Nightshine and I, before the attack on the temple, noticed that the stained glass windows have been altered. They attempted to cover this up. I know barging in will not be acceptable by anyone, but the truth must come to light. This cannot remain hidden anymore.
Well, it's certainly something that we can look into if there is a missing wing within the temple itself. I will have to bring this to the rest of the heads of the temple, as I'm quite certain all of them would be very interested in the fact that we may have a missing room or even an entire missing wing concealed from us all. It is a little bit concerning that should an entire wing be just obscured from our vision. Something quite powerful, some very powerful magic must have been imbued for such a thing to hide in plain sight, but yet remain hidden from so many eyes and minds.
And even more concerning, that mass genocide would occur to seal and hide away a god for this long. I do not fear I do not fear retribution from Kara or her followers, but I understand this is a delicate situation. We must restore Lashtada so that we can grow in our mythic power to fight against the Stag Lord. But at the same time, Kara still must have representation here. So, among the priests, and among those who are the heads of the temple, the sins of those who have followed Kara and the history they have tried to erase must be made known. But I believe this should be kept from the public at large.
Well, what evidence do you have that it was Kara or her followers that did such a thing and it wasn't anybody else acting on behalf of anything else?
Out of character, I'm actually starting to question that now. Like, is this really just speculation on Milk Thistle's part, or did we actually come across anything that definitively said Kara was hiding this?
You've not actually come across anything concrete that says Kara is hiding this.
I think Kara's definitely benefiting from it.
Yeah, she's definitely benefit from it because there's only one love god that you can't deny, and you have had people who have requested that you stop looking into this from Kara, but that could be just seen as a god wanting to hold power that they gained and not lose it, not that they actually made that other god disappear.
Okay, so this this could potentially just be opportunistic and not malicious action.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, hey, I didn't, crash into that car and make him drop this toolbox with $6,000 worth of tools, but it was right there in the middle of the street. Nobody else was picking it up.
Yeah. Type of thing. So there
All
is
right,
that aspect.
so Milk Thistle will reluctantly admit, sadly, it is only speculation. There have been assassins representing Kara who have attempted to stop us. They did not attack us with the intent to kill us, only to impede us. And even the most recent assassin, after we escaped the Love Temple, attempted to poison us to have us fall asleep, did not intend to kill us. Though he did attack me when I finally discovered him.
Hmm. There is
It
a.
is po-
Oh, there is.
it is po-
No, you go.
go ahead. Okay. It is possible that this has just been a convenient secret that Kara has kept. I do not know with 100% certainty if Kara was the one responsible for wiping out the short legs and hiding away Lestada, but she and her followers have certainly taken advantage of it and they have worked very hard to keep it secret. That is all I can prove.
Keeping a secret is not a crime, and working to keep a secret again is no crime. Each of the deities vie for more power in subtle ways, some more subtle than others. All what she has done is move to ensure that she maintains her power that she has, and that is something that each deity is entitled to.
If we can restore Lestada, she may be able to answer.
Possible. We will have to wait and see what she can say on such things, if she can answer at all. As
For the
just as
sake
much as the deities can't mess with upon our realm, they will normally not share what happens within theirs.
for the sake of us fighting the Stag Lord, if we restore Lestada, then the Moon Princess will grant us some of her power for our mythic abilities. That is what she has promised.
Well, that would be an important step to take forward then. So, focus for the moment will be to sort out this wedding and find this lost wing. I will call a meeting in the morning of the heads, and I'll bring them this news. If the if the three of you return here with the book, that should be proof enough, along with your words, to indicate that there is a missing deity, and they have a temple wing here that needs to be uncovered. That will at least help push into the right direction. Perhaps the purely knowing that there is meant to be a wing here will break whatever magic that keeps it hidden to begin with.
Do you believe the Kara wing will be uncooperative?
I do not know. They often play their cards close to their chests. I have a feeling they will be shocked to hear this news, and would probably help to look just as much as any of the others. If they actually mean what they say and what they're planning to do is a different story.
Can we arrange for safe harbor for Duck and Nightshine within the temple tonight? Even though the assassins have not attempted to kill any of us, this may be the moment of highest desperation for whoever's responsible for sending them out.
Well, the temple is a sacred area, and no, no one should spill the blood of anyone upon these grounds. So they will be safe here or within one of the other wings. I mean, in theory, they should be safe within the Kara ring, but I wouldn't recommend taking them there.
May they stay within our wing tonight.
Well, they can.
The holy text must also be protected because this is the only truly sanctified one, and we have not finished copying it yet.
Oops, I accidentally closed out the game.
It's fine.
What?
Given it is a book, I would recommend taking it to the Princess Luminance wing, as they likely have means to secure such rare and valuable texts.
Out of character question, does Luminance have a wing at the temple, or is her
Yes.
temple at the library?
Nope. She has a library and a wing in the temple. She is part of the Ascendancy wing, which is shared with the Unspoken one.
Interesting.
Yeah. She also has the giant library, which is generally a library, but also a temple. You can go there and worship as a follower of Princess Luminance, and there are small areas which have shrines and stuff in, so you can go and pray to Princess Luminance. Most of the general public go there for as a library, though.
Gee, Billy, why did your mom get you have two temples?
Because my mom bought property and installed it, you doof.
But no,
All right.
the Princess Luminous Library was originally just known as the Great Library until her ascendancy. Then it sort of kind of was adopted by her, and she was also given a wing within the All Seasons Temple. So it kind of happened like that.
Oh yeah, Luminance was a mortal in the beginning.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She ascended early on in the Queen's reign.
Milk Thistle would look to everyone in the room. Here's what I propose. I will arrange a cloistered room for Duck and Nightshine tonight. I will watch over them. Wishful, Burned, I ask that you go to the Luminance quarters and cloister yourselves tonight to keep the holy text fully protected. In the morning, we will be called upon when everything is ready.
But if you want to go and find Thunderclap and do what you need to do, I can take the book to High Priest Bookworm and do what needs to be done. I can see to it that you're allowed in if you need to.
Yes, I will. I'll be back as soon as I can, and he's gonna give her a gentle kiss on the lips before he heads off
Well,
to meet with Thunderclap.
well, we should wait until we're finished here before leaving.
Right.
Yes, make sure Wishful is safely cloistered with the text before you leave, please.
Yes. He will escort her to
Well,
the Luminance.
you're not leaving yet. I think there's some minor little details that need to be finished up before people run off.
Right. Sorry. Just.
We know you're excited.
Wishful goes, what about, what are we doing about, still running off?
We can. I can pay a tithe and have a temple servant reach out to Alexandrite. I believe he said he was going to be at his home with the civilians who are staying there.
Oh, not Alex Steele. He will concern
Oh,
that
Steel.
obviously he delivered the heart potentially to the enemy.
It's it's possible that Steel Prism's mind is sharp enough that if I send a message to him, even as he sleeps, he may be able to respond. I do not know if he would permit me to scry on him to see precisely where he is, but I will exhaust my options in an attempt to find him. We
That's fine.
must see to it that we have as much power and knowledge as we can before we run into the enemy.
I do agree with that.
Agreed.
Well, we best get everything put together and well, prepare for tomorrow anyway.
Hmm.
Do you require anything else from us, Alpha?
Not for the moment. I have much to put into motion for now, but be wary, Milkthistle. There are other cogs in this piece that are already turning. I feel much is going to be happening in the next few days, given the current situation. Prepare for things to move swiftly if they start moving.
Understood. I will be watchful.
Right, we are finished here. I will. I believe the ceremony might be over now, but I will return and see to the crowds after.
Milk Thistle will stand and he will bow deeply. See your orders fulfilled.
Maintain order and control.
And he'll rise and he'll give a friendly smile to Duck and Nightshine. If you'll follow me, there'll be a place for you to stay tonight, and I can bring you food and water as well.
Will he have big, comfy, squishy beds?
Oh, I'm afraid not. The quarters here will be quite humble, but I promise you, you will be safe, and you shouldn't have to stay here more than a night.
Do I get bread?
All the bread I can carry.
Yes.
And Milk Thistle will lead Nightshine and Duck off to the deepest cloistered room, as far back as the Nightmare Temple goes.
And Wishful will basically head towards the Loon's wing to secure the book.
Burned is gonna be escorting her. He doesn't exactly want to leave her alone with it traveling.
No, that's fine. All right. For our other two who have been patiently waiting their turn, I believe Metal Banana, you're mostly going to be just basically seeing everybody to homes, places to stay, and making sure everybody has got a room, something over their head so they don't get left out in the rain.
Yeah.
Was there anything you wanted to add on top of that or do additionally?
Like what?
I mean, that's what I'm asking you. If there's anything, if you can't think of anything, then that means
Yeah.
there's nothing additional.
No, I can't think of anything. No, this what I said last time. Like if like anyone's left out and anyone has literally no place to go, Metsu will offer to pay for their room
No,
at a nearby tavern.
no, that's fine. You you'll basically personally ensure that everyone has a place to sleep and no one goes unhomed.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. That's your mission. You're definitely praised, and people are very humbled and uh, uh, basically uh, cool to you, and very much thank you greatly for the assistance you continue to be giving, and and it seems to be a bit more than what you would normally kind of expect. The praise, the sort of it's almost their kind of like, you know, minor level sort of like hero worshipping you type of thing. That's what it feels like.
Mm. Yeah, she would just be like, yeah, yeah, always a pleasure. She'd be saying stuff like, always a pleasure. I'm that's what the order the shield does, and so on.
Yep, that's fine. Um, Alex,
Hmm.
how about yourself?
Yeah, I think I'm basically doing the same thing as Metal Banana, like, making sure everyone's comfortable at my place, as comfortable as they can be with the little furnishing I have, and basically, trying to have everyone keep faith.
Yep. Anything you're gonna do once you get them settled?
Uh, that is a good question. Uh, I'm debating if I should go to the All Seasons Temple as well, like since that's where the most of the group's at.
It's up to you. You can wait until the morning, or meet up with everybody and see what's going on, and regroup then.
Yeah, I think I'll meet up with everyone now, and
In the morning or
we're
now.
kind of pressed for time, so I'll let everyone know that I have important business and they're free to stay until the morning.
Oh, thank you greatly, and probably will go to sleep
Mhm.
because it's after midnight.
Yeah, and then I will, lock up and leave.
They're sealed inside and never will escape.
Yeah.
They're sealed inside, never allowed out ever again.
You just like return and your whole house is on fire.
All
How's
right.
that? God damn it!
Um, what are you planning to try and track down your team members?
Well, I mean, I assume that they're all going to the All Seasons Temple because that seems to be our meeting base.
Yep. All right. So, I mean, you will see all the Persians about and stuff, and you have at least one Persian come up and go, "Spare some coins for a poor homeless Persian."
I'll give a gold coin.
Oh, kind blessings to you, sir, for your utmost generosity.
It's the least that I can do. I hope that good tidings follow you.
But with that, then you make your way into the All Seasons Temple. Um, sort of not like humongously busy. You can see some temple guards. There's also a very young-looking pony who's standing guard next to the queen's sarcophagus. Um, looking like he's wearing armor that's too big for him, but wielding the symbols of what Steel's order um, basically is. Um, and there's clearly some sort of mass going on in the night wings at the moment.
Well, knowing my team, they're probably at the nightmare area, so I will head that way.
Um, they seem to be in the middle of a ceremony, as far as you can tell in the night wing. You do not see any signs of your party.
All right, I will wait for the ceremony to end, and
Right, so
when it does, I will
you sit.
ask one of the. Oh, sorry.
As we say, yeah, you sit there and listen through the ceremony, and upon it ends, you will have your chance to obviously speak with somebody.
So yeah, well, once I get that chance, I will ask if Milk, Thistle, and the others have been through here.
They are currently in a private meeting. I'm sure they will return shortly.
Very well.
You are more than welcome to wait within the wing if you wish to. We just ask that you do not disturb any of the worshippers.
All right, I shall do just that.
You will. The first person who will come out would be Midnight Vision.
He'll give a nod to Midnight. Midnight.
He will give you a nod back. Are you? I'm afraid you will not be able to see Milkfistle if you have come to seek his guidance, as he has an important task ahead of him. Which you should be able to speak to him in the morning.
Very well. He says, looking rather annoyed at this. And I will make. I will.
Do you wish? Do you wish anything else, Alexandrite?
Not from this temple, I'm afraid.
Then I bid you good night.
Good night. Ah. Yeah, and I'm just trying to think of, all right, what do I do now?
Yeah, Midnight will go around sort of speaking to some of the other sort of lingering worshippers and stuff. So you are left to do what you like now.
I mean, you always could go to your temple, do a little bit of worship, look over the refugees, guard them, make sure they're not up to mischief or anything.
Harass the Kara Temple.
I was actually just thinking about going to the Kara Temple.
You've got the very
You got a lot of explaining to do, bud.
you've got the young knight who seems to be standing by the Queen's sarcophagus. You can head
Yeah,
back.
yeah, you know what? I think I'll go to the young knight. Greetings.
He sort of stands at attention and salutes at you, sir.
Is Steel Prism around?
He is not. He is out on campaign.
Campaign.
Yes, the call of duty came and he answered it, sir.
And is there anyone else to? Are you the only one to guard this? The Queen?
I am, sir. All the knights have left to join him on campaign, and I have been left here in charge as currently the only squire on active duty.
What's your name, Squire?
He will tell you. I'm Squire Nimble Force.
Well, Nimble Force. I couldn't help but notice that your armor is a little ill-fitting.
Well, I'm still a squire, sir, but to stand on honour guard requires you to adorn the armour of a knight, and I technically have yet to earn the full honour of wearing such a suit. But I've been given special distant for this situation.
Well, given that you're the last line of defense for the Queen, I think that you should have something more proper. And he's going to pull up the champion full plate.
That's no, that is mad. Do, 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 do. He looks and goes, I'm afraid that's does not bear the required iconography that I must bear in this position. It would take time to rework it that I would not have, as I would need to leave my post. I thank you for this kind offer, though, sir.
I was gonna say out of character. Wasn't it? Isn't magic armor like made to fit like anyone who wears it?
Yes, it
Or,
is, but it does not have the required iconography on it. What he has to wear for such a current position.
Okay, so
It's not the fact if he can't wear it because it won't fit him. It's more of the fact that it doesn't have the right symbols on it.
okay.
As he's wearing a very much a ceremonial piece rather than magical armor.
Mm-hmm.
As they took all the magical stuff with them.
Yeah. Darn, here I was like, oh hey, someone I can actually pawn this fucking heavy full plate armor off to.
He would have taken it if he could, but he would need to take it and put on the required symbols and stuff, and then he could wear it.
Oh, actually, I think there's a spell that basically puts on a thingy on it.
That's a spell. It has to be a physical thing.
No, yeah, it's a spell that puts on the physical thing. I think.
No, it wouldn't physically put it on there. It will basically create an illusion of it.
Oh, okay. I thought it.
Yeah, it wouldn't be actual. You're thinking of like the bracelets of the bracelets. What change what you wear into what you want it to be.
No, there's another thing that puts on a like a sigil on armor and shit like that.
I can't think of what that would be then. Again, that probably still take money and time. But anyway,
Yeah.
He's currently at his position, and that is why he's wearing armor that clearly does not fit him.
Mm-hmm. Well, carry on then.
Thank you, sir.
All right, I guess now I'll harass the Kara Temple.
So you walk into the Kara Temple. It's as you remember it, really. There is a single cleric who is currently on duty. Who will approach you. Greetings, Alexandrate Beacon. And how can Kara help you today?
Oh, I just want to make sure that everything within the next week or so will go without any particular interruptions. We've had some unknown lapdogs that attacking us as of late.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What preparations are you preparing for?
Although that business is my own.
Oh, well, perhaps if you inform me of what you're preparing for, we can ensure that nothing comes to harm, as you said, of it. Or if there is something that could harm it, I might be able to inform you of it.
The only thing that you need to know is that it's for the good of everyone involved, and that rivalry should be forgotten if any exist. If anything were to happen, I'm something. I'm trying to think of how to word things like without.
It's alright, that was me earlier, so.
Mhm.
Oh,
I would be rather displeased if something happened.
I would not worry, Alex. We're all very, very close friends here.
Good.
You and your companions are all very, very close friends.
I am going to do a sense motive.
You can attempt.
Yeah. They're probably not going to be much good considering who I'm talking to, but
Remember, you have mythic points.
yeah. Is it blind?
Yep. You won't know if you pass or fail.
All right. And I will spend the mythic point on that.
Yeah, you sort of read between the lines, and a saying comes to mind. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
All right. So
And you are very, very close friends.
mm-hmm. Alexandrite will nod and say, "Oh, that will be all."
We wish you a safe journey. They definitely emphasise the word safe. Uh, too much there, which implied they meant the opposite.
Yeah.
I was giving you that because of your sense motor score. So, I mean, if it wasn't obvious, I was going to make it very clear. Anyway.
Alexandrite will kind of give a look that's just like he knows, and he's just going to say, "I wish you a safe. I wish you safeness in this temple as well."
Oh, we will be very safe here, as is the temple is a safe place for all, and none shall be harmed within its walls.
You're all safe here. You'll float too.
Is that all, Alexandrite Beacon?
That is.
Do wish Lightning our best. I'm sure we'll be seeing her at some point soon.
Alexandrite will. Yes. I'm sure after you see her, you'll see me. And then he'll walk up.
You can roll perception.
All right. I am probably not. Probably gonna fail this, but I can roll it.
Yeah.
Remember, Mythic Surge.
Yeah. I know, but.
Sorry, I'm just trying to help.
Mhm.
Paladin's perception is rubbish.
Yeah.
They can fight against evil, but they can't see evil.
Yeah. I will roll a mythic.
Yep.
That's not bad.
You just catch. It's not loud. They say it as a whisper, as you obviously turn and move away, and it's basically just them going, as expected, in a doppel shadow.
As expected, in a doppel shadow.
Well, you indicated that they will be seeing lightning later, and you indicated yes, and I will follow.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah. It was a
I
final
remember
dig.
that, like, if anything, and if any harm comes to her, I will bring holy vengeance.
I know what you implied by your statement, but they had one of their own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I guess after that, I will go be with lightning, because I am very kind of paranoid now about that.
As you should always be.
Yeah.
Yep. Just like I have my own reason for being paranoid right now.
All right. I think before we begin anything in the morning, we will pause here.
Okay.
This was a really
Okay.
good session. Great RP today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was fun.
Well, you guys definitely learnt more what's happened in the last few days. So let's see what you, if there's anything additional you get to learn next time.
Did we unlock any XP today?
Um, you got back here with a book. You learned that, which with what's going on, you guys can get 1,000 XP each.
Nice.
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 Love it.
I need to
Yeah, probably a mistake shaking up the nest with the car temple, but
Maybe not. When it comes to politics and interpersonal communications between rival parties, it's called the game, or the grand game or the great game. You showed courage by going up to them directly without hostility.
yeah.
All right. So you played your hand in the game. Whether it's good or bad is yet to be seen.
So we should be at a 144,214 XP.
That sounds about right. That's what I got.
Right. I had to scroll up because I'm like, wait a minute. What was my total before?
No, yeah. Wishful still trailing behind.
Yeah. We should probably end the stream unless it's already ended.
Nope, I'll end it now.
All right.
See ya.
Thank you very much for joining us. We will see you next time on the End Times. Auf
Have a great
Wiedersehen.
one.